one that
Save the right full screen.
Well, greetings and salutations. I am assuming we're live. I'm not seeing it on my other screen. Oh, there it goes. Okay, it's just a bit of a delay.
yeah, it's like usually 30 seconds ish.
Yeah, I don't know. The initial startups usually isn't that slow, but excuse me. All right, we're all exhausted, but we're here anyway for your amusement. My name is Sam the Infamous. Welcome to Screaming into the Void. With me is my co-hosts, Corpus Marketing Director, the Hijabi Gamer.
Peace, profit, glory.
she needs a Snickers, and
Yes.
Ryan from Legion Games 2076.
Hello, I'll be on camera once the caffeine kicks in.
Yeah. So it's we all had different nights, but it like we're all about half awake. So apologies for the stumbling and the stuttering and just the general malaise of lethargy.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not that tired. My vocabulary is up and running. So let's say hello to people in the chat. Mugsikins needs more beer, and I think you might have been first today. So not that Larry can do anything about it. I'm pretty sure that we're expecting good news anytime now.
Mm-hmm. I kind of figured so. Him and I talked for good 20 minutes last night after the show, and I think things are probably pretty imminent.
Yeah. So we have Kohai with us. I see Yue in the chat. Good to see you. Hey, Suka, Behemoth. How do you do?
How you doing?
Right. So, normally on this show we just kind of like start rambling, and it gets kind of wild. And last week I did something I haven't done since probably I don't know, episode 11. Which was to write out like a list of topics and stuff, which we did cover. So this week I have gone back to form, and I got a couple things that we might talk about, but it's not
cool.
Not that big a deal.
If not, trust me, they're dropping news all over the place, and it's the usual. So.
Well, I do have one thing that I was going to bring up on the screen here and go over with you guys. Just came across this a little while ago. Thank you to Count Dankula for bringing this to my attention, and the Amuse account on Twitter did a lengthy thread on this subject. But our buddies over at the WEF, the Puppet Masters of the United Nations, or as I'm just going to refer to them from now on, the useless nonces.
The Fourth Reich.
They put out some shit today.
Oh, God.
You will eat the bugs and you will enjoy it.
No, I will not eat bugs. I do not eat bugs. I do not eat bugs.
This is not about bugs. This is about globally legalizing pedophilia.
Are you kidding?
Great.
Yeah.
Yep. Need more caffeine. Hold on. I'll be right back.
Yep. So, Justice Dankula. That whole thing was hilarious. I miss when he was able to just change his profile and play characters and stuff on Twitter, because he's really, really funny. And the Justice Dankula thing, like I don't know if you guys followed that, but while he was talking about that, he pasted himself on a judge's face with the big old American flag behind him, though he were a Supreme Court justice in the United States. And he was getting some flack for it, and people really thought he was on the Supreme Court. People in the United States really thought that, which was funny as hell. And at one point, I believe somebody got uppity with him, and he said, "Don't make me outlaw women."
Please outlaw women, please. I'm sorry, but
yeah, Dankula. Yeah, and then the giant penis thing. He got stuck as giant penis forever because of the whole blue check mark. You can't, change your name thing. So he did that as a joke, and it was months before he was able to change it back, and he's still getting shit for it.
It was hilarious.
So, but yeah, UA definitely Klaus's hand up ass sock puppets definitely. And I am. I think next election, I don't care who's running. I'm going to vote for the sweet, sweet meteor of death, Muggsy.
Muggsy, please take me with you. I want to get off this planet.
You know, I think it's time to burn it all down. You know, with fire from the heavens, that kind of thing. I'm going to go over this. So I'm gonna put it in the background here for a minute until Ryan gets back. And I think we're expecting Nomi at some point too. But I don't know. She's running late. All things considered, and there's things I should be doing right now too. It's April 15th. I got to finish my taxes today.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
I do my taxes almost as immediately as I can do them.
Oh no, I keep thinking that, and then they keep not showing up like right away, and so I wait for them, and then I get them, and I'm like, oh good, I've got them, and I set them aside, and I'm like, I'll get to them today or tomorrow or whatever, and next thing I know, it's 3 fucking months later.
So, who's running late?
Nomi, I think is planning on being here, but she is running behind.
No, I went absolutely nuts because I basically finished my taxes, but I knew my father had said that he had taken money of mine and invested it, and he was like, you need to add this. I have two forms you need to add. So I'm trying to add it, and it will not let me go back to edit my federal form. And I'm calling H&R Block over and over again. I'm like, look, and they're like, oh, it's because you have Pro. We've removed it. You should be able to edit it. And I'm going absolutely nuts. And nobody bothered to tell me that there are 2 different apps.
You do know that H&R Block was involved in some like weird tax evasion corruption shit a couple years ago, right?
No, I did not. I just am using the same one over and over again because it already has everything saved.
Yeah, no, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like there's very few of the tax people and the online apps for this sort of thing. For whatever reason, I used TurboTax for like 10 years.
Yeah,
but as it turns out,
just do my own shit on TurboTax. I don't use anything but the free stuff. I've never had a problem.
Yeah.
But the irony is the tax company is tax evading. That's pretty ironic.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So the WF stuff. I tell you what, man. They keep saying that a certain group of political figures are trying to recreate a Handmaid's Tale. You might want to look what they're doing here, because you think the elites don't want to basically, put us plebs into servitude. You guys are crazy.
Did you ever see what was that movie with Ethan Hawke, and I think it was called Daywalkers?
I don't think so, no.
Okay, so it's about after vampires have effectively taken over the world, and human beings,
really?
the ones that were left, are literally cattle.
Really? Daywalkers movie, 2009.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing we're looking at. But the vampires start running out of food because they're running out of humans.
Interesting.
Yeah, I remember that movie. I saw it, but it's been a very long time.
Daybreak. Thank you.
Oh yeah, Daybreakers. Okay,
Daybreakers.
Yeah, it is. Interesting though.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think it. So there are some interesting parallels in it to the so-called global leaders.
I think I have seen it. It's been a long time though, but I think I've seen it.
Yep. Shadow, Spock, welcome.
Hey there, guys.
So this principle 16, consensual sexual conduct, is the thing. Now, this is not the entire thing, and I don't have a direct link to the entire thing on hand, but and so this is an excerpt from it. As you can see, it's like 26 out of 32. So
yeah. They're blathering on about how wonderful they are and why we should all listen to them.
Well, I mean, I imagine the rest of it's much like that, but this says consensual sexual conduct, irrespective of the type of sexual activity, the sex/gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression of the people involved, or their marital status, may not be criminalized in any circumstances. That's the first line.
Mm-hmm.
consensual same sex as well as consensual different sex sexual offender or relations. Sorry, I slipped it. The Freudian slip.
Those darn offenders.
Or consensual sexual relations with or between trans, non-binary, and other gender diverse people or outside marriage, whether premarital or extramarital, may therefore never be criminalized. Now, don't get hung up on the trans thing. Don't get hung up on the gender thing, because that is not what this is about. They're using those terms to hide what they're actually talking about here.
Yep.
So, with respect to the enforcement of criminal law, any prescribed minimum age of consent to sex must be applied in a non-discriminatory manner. Enforcement may not be linked to the sex/gender of participants or age of consent to marriage. Moreover, sexual conduct involving persons below the domestically prescribed minimum age of consent to sex may be consensual in fact, if not in law. In this context, the enforcement of criminal law should reflect the rights and capacity of persons under 18 years of age to make decisions about engaging in consensual sexual conduct and their right to be heard in matters concerning them. You see, this isn't just about the pedophilia thing either, but this is like the main point of this excerpt. Pursuant to their evolving capacities and progressive autonomy, persons under 18 years of age should participate in decisions affecting them with due regard to their age, maturity, and best interests, and with specific attention to non-discrimination guarantees. So what they are saying is that people who are under 18 should have a voice in the votes that pass laws about whether or not they get to, do what they like with whom they like.
Yep.
It also would decriminalize people convincing minors to perform sexual acts with them,
which used to be a higher offense because if you're in a position of authority like a parent or a teacher or firefighter, police officer, stuff like that, and you commit this heinous act, it's actually a higher charge than just like the neighbor down the street decided to touch the little girl at the end of the block. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's it's not the best at all. And this is what all these sickos want. This is what all these sickos want in Hollywood. Effectively, it's going to be a law for the people, and then of course once the true colors come to pass, the people will be under the boot, and then of course no longer will we actually be able to do whatever we want. It's whatever the elites want to do with what we have. So they'll use your children to breed because they don't want their trophy wife to get fat. They'll use a 16-year-old to pump out 18 kids that ultimately the people will have to feed and pay for because communism.
Yeah. And like I said, this is coming from the United Nations, or as I am going to refer to them henceforth as the useless nonces.
There's no way a lot of countries are going to allow this, especially countries in the Middle East. They are going to be like, to hell with this. We're not going to allow this. You really think they're going to allow? I mean, putting aside the kid part of it, which I think is the worst part of it, but a lot of them are like, yeah, we're not going to allow this. Uganda isn't going to allow this. What do they think is?
The point of wars is to quietly enforce your laws on other people through the force of a gun. Why do you think said supposed traitor who was arrested recently from the Air National Guard supposedly found leaked documents that we already have special units on the ground in the Ukraine to fight the Russians. They found him real quick. They found him within 2 days. They couldn't find the person who leaked the document of the overturning of Roe v. Wade from the Supreme Court. Really? Sure. Okay. Sorry.
You're right. You're right. This is just
I, I hate to say it. I've studied enough history and I play enough dystopian, like, after the fact games that I know how this works. And the the Nazis laid this out probably better than anybody. They literally laid it out with a 1,000-year Reich, and yeah, you'll basically have nothing and you'll be happy and you'll do as the government whims you, or you'll be drug into the streets. Literally drug into the streets. So
Yeah. And this is coming from the UN themselves. Now, they have been involved in some really shady shit, particularly in Africa. Um, well, I mean, the fact of the matter is that a lot of places in Africa don't have any kind of like um, real able to compete on the world stage sort of government infrastructure. So these guys come in with their troops and their goodie bags and their oh, you're gonna do stuff our way and all that stuff, and they like when you take the humanitarian aids for like medicine, food, that kind of thing. A lot of that stuff goes through the UN, right, and goes through NATO. NATO has been implicated multiple times withholding goods, essential goods from people, particularly in places like Africa,
mhm,
in exchange for sexual favors,
mhm.
sometimes from minors. And if they didn't put out, they didn't get the medicine, they didn't get the food.
Yeah, the UN is not the peacekeeping organization that we like to credit it as being.
Oh, it never was.
So
It never was. It's just a new face of the old thing.
mhm.
World domination, who apparently is entirely populated with pedophiles and murderers.
I hate to say it, that's the human condition, and we've always been that. We're animals. We've, you know, uh, look at Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon. The elites have always procreated with each other, and it's nothing but normal. And the thing is that yeah, it's always going to be a human condition. We literally are animals. There's no better way to put it. We're just higher evolved animals. There's always going to be people who want to give into their based instincts, and sadly enough, there are other people like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't, and our laws are literally paper thin. It's because we as a society choose to agree to said laws and rules and morals. But when there are people who start, like California, who decide not to follow those laws and those morals, you see people knocking over 7-Elevens and Walgreens for less than $933 and not getting charged. And this is it's just the beginning. It's what they want. They want lackadaisical, rule of law, and they also want to get rid of people, New York, of certain people who actually believe in the rule of law and who help actually unite people. And the squeaky wheel definitely always gets the grease. So that's why number 45 is being charged in New York, because
Yeah. Well, he's being charged in New York for a couple of reasons. I mean, number one, I think he still has he still has residency in New York, does he
he
not?
does, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the stuff that they're going after him for so far back, that it all ties to New York. Everything
Mhm.
ties to New York. Fuck New York. I remember back, so about a year before 9/11, right? You could see then the decline in New York. It was no longer the city that it once was. It was like this pervasive rot that was underneath everything.
Mhm.
And I'm not talking about the grime on the streets, or the people on the streets for that matter. Just the people in general. There was something wrong with that city. Um, and I may or may not have been quoted at a certain point as saying, how do I put this? I don't know if I can say this. fuck it, I'm just gonna say it. I would pay good money to see New York burn to the ground.
I mean, in all honesty, metaphorically, it's already doing that. So I think
Sure.
that's an easy way to kind of clean. New York
N-
is not kind of the city of dreams anymore. It's not what the Statue of Liberty represents for
sure.
immigrants
Now,
coming to this country. It's
where
even back in like the late 80s and early 90s, it was turning into a giant pile of garbage. And even our former president back then, when he was not in charge of his father's company, was outspoken about the fact that it was a shithole. And
yeah.
it turned around for a little while, but it's going back to its roots.
But what gets me into trouble is that, number one, keep in mind that when I said this was like the year 2000, right? And I was barely 20 years old, and I was hot headed as hell. And it's not something I have said, much since, because I, I'm a little more nuanced in how I view things. But about a year after I first said this, and I have friends who remember every single awful thing I said in the heat of the moment and throw it back in my face.
Dear God.
Um, is Maester Chow's one of them. And it was about a year after that, 9/11 happened.
Mhm.
And I was just like, shit. I didn't think that was actually going to make anything happen. You know?
And yeah, that's a great point. But the thing is that it did. And
Mhm.
there are many things more recently that should have brought people closer together, and it didn't. And also, Shadow, you don't have money to pay anybody to do anything. No offense, dude. Um,
Mhm.
you're a good kid, but be 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 get smart, be outspoken, and be articulate. And trust me, you'll gain a following to where you'll start to help people realize where things are screwed up. And
Yeah.
again, that's the whole entire point of everything that we do here, not just with Friday nights and talking about Hollywood and how movies are screwed up and they're pushing their nonsense into that gender ideology crap because they want everybody to consume it so they can ultimately get to their end goal. Because when everybody's gender is fluid, age becomes fluid, it just everything becomes wishy-washy, and you can turn something on a dime and the mindless drones will go, okay. And that's how you get a society of people to be submissive. And that's all they're really wanting everybody to do. So that's why they call you all sorts of horrible names, and they're already doing it with the new announcements for Star Wars. About I literally just archived an article that says it says Ray Skywalker, and this is the title: Ray Skywalker is not a damn Mary Sue. That's the title.
She
She's not OP girl boss, because you know why? If you think that, you're a bigot and you're a sexist. And the same thing with the Captain Marvel trailer. Men are already complaining about the Marvels. Well, who holds a society up? I'm sorry, it's men.
Yeah, I agree.
I hate to tell you guys this, but we build the heavy shit, and that's the way it is. And so they want to we're also the ones that do a lot of fighting and the dying, and they want to take that out too, because if we're all a bunch of soy bitches who have no nuts, we're not going to stand up to anybody.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
agree.
I want to say something about Ray Skywalker, or Ray Palpatine. So
Skywalker.
right, I kind of buy that, force power can be passed on genetically, and it's part of why the Jedi were so dead set against Jedi marrying and having children, that kind of thing, because you never knew what could happen. But and we have an example of that through the immaculate force conception of Darth Vader, who then passed that on to Luke and Leia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of get that, but the thing is unlike Ray Palpatine, Luke still had to train.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't just magically better.
Well, see, and
He
that's
had the
why
potential.
that's why they had to because the Last Jedi literally shit the bucket. and you know, she barely trained at all with Luke, who was kind of like, you know, the Jedi must end, you know, whatever that classic
Mhm.
line was from the trailer. That's why in the beginning of the rise of Skywalker that they showed her actually training and running through the Force and doing stuff, because J.J. Abrams, you know, whether you like the guy or not, he admitted, he's like, yeah, we needed to clean that up because people kind of had a point. And I don't like J.J. Abrams, but you know, at least he tried to rectify it. It's
Mhm.
too
Yeah.
little, too late, dude. I mean,
Well, he tried to rectify. So
but
basically, what happened was Ryan Johnson tried to deconstruct J.J.
oh
Abrams' initial deconstruction.
yeah,
You
no,
know,
it
like
was
it was already in the shitter. Just Ryan Johnson took what was already crappy and made it worse. And J.J.
yeah.
was like, "No, I want to go back to my version of shitty."
Well, and you know what's funny is that Ryan Johnson, he was even on in an interview. He said, he's like, I've always wanted to make my version of a standalone Star Wars movie. It's like, well, fucker, you were a part of the sequel trilogy. You can't make a standalone Star Wars movie when there's a movie before and a movie after that are supposed to do this. But
Yeah.
he's
So
such an asshole that, you know, and then of course that's where the man babies thing came. Oh, the man babies, and I was like, no, dude, bitch, you're the man baby. Fuck
right.
off.
But and we gotten a little bit off on the Star Wars tangent. I just wanted to say that thing about Ray because fuck Ray. But
No, but here's something, and remember now I never saw the episode, but my understanding is there were like 5 lights, and the episode from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and Picard kept insisting there were
there are
4.
no
No,
no there
there were
were
4
4.
there were 4, and the guy kept telling him there were 5, and that if he
Mhm.
said there were 5, they would the torture would stop, and Picard refused. He kept saying there were 4. Um, and it makes me, I mean, I wanted somebody to make a meme where they put a picture of Dylan Mulvaney and then they put Picard and it says, "That is not a woman." Because
Yeah,
one of the
that
things that terrifies me is the amount of control where they can force people to accept something that they know for a fact that it is a lie. Like, um, they know for a fact it's a lie, and yet they have so much control, and that is the whole point. That this level of control is terrifying, where they can literally have people be too afraid to say the truth. And it's like, no, you have to keep saying that there are 4 lights. There are 4 lights. That is not a woman.
yeah. So and it's all about conditioning. You know, once you get the generations conditioned, they pass that conditioning on to the next generation,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes easier with each successive generation, which is how we got to where we are now because the shit started 100 years ago or more. You know, but
I would argue, I would say probably yeah, probably around 100 years ago is probably pretty good. And
well,
it
in
really,
terms of communist infiltration into the
yeah,
institutions of the United States, yes, 100 years ago.
yeah, I would say that's probably. And then of course you have shit, what's his name? The New Deal. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, Roosevelt,
Uh,
Was it Roosevelt?
yeah,
Franklin Delano
FDR,
Roosevelt, yeah, FDR.
FDR, the not
Okay.
as cool FDR, the not
The
as
the
cool
guy
Roosevelt.
the guy
Yeah.
who won 4 elections and died at the beginning of his 4th, and
Yeah,
he's
no.
the reason that there's a 2-term term limit for that office
Mm-hmm.
because he wasn't going to let it go.
No. And
So
there should be term limits for every office.
there
Yes.
should be, you know, but these globalist fuckers. So like the legalizing pedophilia thing globally is you're right, Kat. It's not going to go over well with every country. There's going to be a lot of pushback on that, particularly from Middle East and African countries. I think there's going
Yeah.
to be a lot of pushback from that. It's not that those sorts of things don't happen in those countries, but it's still illegal there.
Yeah.
You know, shit happens everywhere in the world, but it's.
But it makes me wonder if Africa is the last bastion of sanity on this planet.
I don't know if I'd go that far.
I wouldn't even go near that far.
Compared to what's been going on.
I think that there are some things that yes, they're dead on balls about, but yeah, I don't know.
The United States is going to be the last bastion of sanity and also the last one to hold out because of this.
I hope you're right.
We are the ones to beat. Why do you think they want to disarm us so damn bad?
Yeah.
You know why? Because then you can't fight back. Hey, it's to save the school children, guys. Those scary pew-pews, the ones that assault people, we want to take those away because so that we can protect the kids. And then it'll be like, hey guys, you know those scary pew-pews? Those darn pistols, they hold too many rounds. We got to take them away to protect the kids.
Yeah, Carrie, I'm aware that there are actual slaves in the United States. There are slaves everywhere in the world. There are some places, however, I mean, we sweep that shit under the rug here, where they're still doing open air markets. Middle East.
I hate to tell you this, but I don't want to tell you this, but let's just say the Taliban is not the moral authority when it comes to protecting children or animals.
No, first of all, the Taliban is exemplary in terms of what you look at when you look at men twisting a good thing to make it into an evil thing.
Yeah,
the Taliban are
the
exactly
Taliban hate people's young daughters.
You got all these like lefties who were going on and on about Christianity. So Christianity is under attack in this country.
I agree.
Now, all the lefties who are saying all this stuff, they're like, oh, they all do all this, horrible stuff and all that. And they twisted the book and they twisted the words of Jesus and all this stuff to do all their horrible things. In some cases, yeah, that did happen historically. That's exactly what the Taliban's doing. You don't see the lefties calling them fuckers out.
They should.
They absolutely should.
That's the Muslim hate, though, guys. Okay, they're good people.
Lefties out there, you do know that Muslims are people, right? Like everybody else. And there are good people, and there are bad people, and there are just kind of people within the Muslim community. Some of them are fucking evil. Some of them are not. Just like everyone else. Wake the fuck up.
Some of them like touching 14-year-old little girls.
All right, Burnaby. And among other things, like the Taliban is a bad example of the reason that that we tout separation of church and state in this country is because theocracy typically leads to a kind of autocracy. Which is generally bad for everybody except the guys wearing the robes up at the top. However, this is something that I think doesn't get talked about enough. So separation of church and state is not a law. It's not in the Constitution. It's nowhere is it officially stated in any government document anywhere in the United States, and it never has been. The only place you will find it written down is it was in a private letter between Thomas Jefferson and another correspondent where he said, I think this would be a good idea. And we have more or less tried to, maintain that idea throughout the life of this nation. But there's no law saying that it has to be separate. Not in this country. Never has been. I think it's a good idea too. But it's not it's not unconstitutional to have prayers in your schools. It isn't.
No, it's not.
In publicly funded schools, there's nothing unconstitutional
about it. They used to do it, just like the Pledge of Allegiance, and now they've taken the Pledge of Allegiance out of schools because you shouldn't have to force minority kids to I guess pledge allegiance to the United States, even though they live here.
Wait, the country that they now live in and want to be citizens of, why not then just go home?
Yeah. Shadow, yes.
They want their cake and eat it too.
Yes, it does allow devil worship. Devil worship is constitutionally protected. Under freedom of religious expression. It's in the first fucking amendment. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. It is constitutionally protected.
It's considered a religion. That is freedom of religion. Yeah, and I stand by that. I stand by freedom of all religions.
Again, Shadow, it's still protected.
Doesn't matter. You can't.
It does not matter what the faith is. You don't have to agree with the faith. You can think it's evil as shit. It does not matter. It's still constitutionally protected.
Yeah, Shadow. Some people think Muslims are evil. So you're
Well,
gonna say, yeah, but as my father once put it years ago, he said that he wouldn't want to live in America where even the bad guys from World War II, as long as they're not doing anything illegal, are illegal. You want to be a white supremacist, you have that right in America. As long as you aren't dragging people into your basement and killing them or not allowing people into your store or any of that illegal, definitely illegal stuff. In fact, one of the most interesting videos I saw from Ben Shapiro, where he's like, discrimination is not, shouldn't be illegal. Whereas like the marketplace will balance itself. So if you go to a store and they don't allow any group of people in, they're eventually going to fail simply out of sheer logic. That was one of my biggest surprises where Ben Shapiro's like, yeah, people should be legally allowed to discriminate.
Yeah.
And the market will end up.
well, the ACLU was started by a bunch of Jewish lawyers who said that neo Nazis have the right to protest, and have the right to their beliefs, even though they're discriminatory. And
I mean, they seem to have changed their minds, but yeah, they did start
Yeah.
out saying that.
yeah, that's how they started out. But it's kind of sad that
The founders of the ACLU understood that if it can be used against one group, it can be used against every group. They didn't want
Yeah.
people turning against them, so they said, "Look, no, we have to abide by this across the board."
Mhm.
At the time, now they're all about fucking tearing down everything else. But
Well,
there
they're
are different
about
people
special
in
treatment.
charge than there were then too. I would like
Ideological
to
special treatment.
clear something up. So Shadow, again, if it's a publicly funded school, it does not matter how you feel about it. It really doesn't. Now, I don't think that it's conducive to a good school environment either. I'm with you on this. I don't think it should be in there, but
Mhm.
constitutionally, there's nothing stopping it.
I don't yeah, I would agree. I don't think religion should be in schools
Mhm.
because there's a wide variety of kids who have very different viewpoints.
Right. But I also don't believe that schools should be publicly funded with taxes either.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a pretty good, because it's the federal government is good at doing one thing and it's fucking everything up. So I think it should be all done by through local communities and stuff like that. It's like when you're talking about homelessness problems and crap, they don't.
Mhm.
Everybody's like, oh, we need to fix the homelessness problem and we need to fix the and all this nonsense. And it's like, well, we need to fix the minorities in black neighborhoods who can't get out. It's like, well, if you throw a
It
bunch of
shouldn't be.
money at if you throw a bunch of money at it, it's not going to work. What you need to do is you need to sit down with the leaders of said community, usually church leaders, political leaders, heads of schools and stuff like that of that area, and then you say, okay, how can we help you as the state? And then the state should go to the federal government and say, hey, this is what each individual community within our state needs. We need said funding to do this, and then it funnels to said leaders to disperse the way they see fit, instead of the guys from the top saying rain the money and let it just follow where it goes. And it's like, that doesn't work. It works terribly, and that's how we waste so much damn money and why our school system sucks donkey ass. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, my bad.
No, you're
No.
good. I was just belching.
No, well, on top of that, I think one of the other big problems is the foundation is broken. I mean, for example, if you were to have every religion in the schools, for example, but your family has a strong religious foundation. Like, I mean, when I was a kid, there were no Muslims with me in school. I did go to a private Islamic school for 2 years, but I also went to public school. And I 10th and 11th grade, I was in public school, and I was the only Muslim girl, and I wore the hijab, and because I had a strong foundation at home. The problem is we don't have that. If you have a lot of this stuff open to kids, if you raise them well, the problem is we have spoiled brats who see children as I don't know, who aren't even taking care. You have half the time you have mothers without fathers. And you know what's interesting? I saw an interesting case, a friend of ours, where the child, you know how we always talk about the lack of a strong father? Like it's usually because 99% of the time the child in a divorce, the kid ends up with the mother. But I know a case of someone I know who I work with, right? Or like just someone I randomly know. I can't go into detail who they are, right? Where there was a gay couple who had a divorce. And you can tell the child has no mother in their life. And it's while it's great to have a strong father, they don't have the more emotional, like, compassion that a mother will show the child as well. This kid is very antisocial. I mean, at one point, it's like they play with knives and, like, I get it. You need a strong father, but you also this is one of the first times I've ever seen a kid where I'll say they don't have a mother and they need a mother in their life too.
That definitely sounds like overall bad parenting as well. If you
Mhm.
want my honest opinion.
Well,
I'm not
Kat's
I'm
right. It's about parenting. It starts in the home. Everything starts in the home.
Yeah, and in the cases of kids ending up with the mother probably about 97% of the time. One thing in my opinion I think the court fails to do is to ask the child
Yeah,
about their experiences at home with said parents, and instead they treat the child like a piece of property
yeah,
owned by the parents, and I think that's a failure of the state. It's
yeah.
like, well, okay, well, you know what, you guys are getting divorced, and uh so yeah, it's going to it's going to just go to the mother, and it's like, instead of talking to
Yeah,
the kid
yeah, but
about
Yeah,
you're
who's.
you're
well,
you're talking about a fine line there too, because that's like there's asking the kid about their experiences to gain better context and understanding, and then there's where we're heading towards right now, which is asking the kid what they think the judgment should be.
no, well, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
using
no.
no, I was just using that to say that we rarely hear about cases where a child does not have a mother in their life, because even when the parents get divorced, the child usually ends up with a mother and they don't have a father in their life. So it's very rare when you hear about the case of a child who has no mother at all in their life. And you're looking at it and it's like you had just said, yin to yang. You need both. You need a strong father, which is a problem. We have a severe problem of a lack of fathers in children's lives. More rare, very uncommon, but you still also need a mother. Kids
Yeah,
need
Yeah,
both. That's
well,
why
yeah,
we're designed that way. We're designed for a mother and a father.
we you said you're about to get ambushed. I'm like, what do you mean? Must have been a cat. Okay. I looked behind me. I'm like, was a cat sneaking up? And it's like, all right. You had me worried for a second. I'm like, am I getting swatted for the
yeah.
first time ever?
It wasn't anything.
Dear God, not that again.
You
That
mother.
sticks with in my head. It's creepy.
uh, I love that clip.
So
You know what?
hate
And I precisely love that
so
clip.
hate that clip now.
I
I really actually
precisely I can see the look, everybody, look real close. Ryan's actually turning a little green.
it's just so horrendously sounding. It's
That's
not
Yeah.
why
it's
I
not
love
the
it.
visuals, it's the sound.
I wouldn't pick on you like this if
No,
you
I
would
know,
let it.
but it's just like you finally found something that actually makes me cringe, and that's rare. And that one actually makes me fucking cringe. And that's why you're like beating me up to put it on Friday nights. And I'm like, I already have to deal with it on Saturday nights and even possibly Thursday nights if I get invited on. So,
I mean, it could be worse, right? It could be. I mean, that's pretty bad. I'll
it
grant you
could
that.
be what, raining flaming cobras?
Well, I was
I
gonna
think he
say,
prefers the raining cobras at this point. I know I
you
do.
know, it could be like a cactus in the ass or something.
Bree. I mean Shadow. Shadow Larson?
No, I actually named that one Brett Larson
That's right.
as per Shadow. Shadow
That's
came
right.
up with
That's
that
right.
name. Kohai sends her love.
No, I know. I saw it. Look, I asked for it. I said it needed more to it, and well, she didn't disappoint. So it is partly my own fault.
Yui makes a point here, Kohai. Like you hit this level, and this is like a good level, but yeah, you gotta step that shit up. He's not even swearing at me anymore for that. I broke the poor boy.
I don't think Joker voice is helping either.
No, he's not. That's
he's been beating the kid up lately.
Yeah, that's a whole other kettle of worms, I think. But
yeah,
But
no,
yeah.
it's in good fun. JV and I told him, like, yeah, dude, we give you a hard time, man, because less foot to mouth there, kid. Less foot to mouth.
Right.
I need to be less foot to mouth. I'm a lot like Shadow.
Yes, we do agree on that.
Mhm.
It's like, I like how you're lounging though right now. You're like fucking
I'm starving.
He's like, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering where the fuck her left arm went.
My left arm?
Oh, there it is. Like it just sort of like looked like you melted into the chair.
It's in her crotch.
No.
I know what you're doing. I'm just kidding.
So, but yeah, it's uh oh.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too.
I'm in trouble.
Oh God, no. Because that one is painful even for me to watch, and it has nothing even to do with me. It's just, ugh.
Yeah, good stuff. You know what though? Like I think we're all relatively in agreement. You put your face out there, you're gonna get memed. So you better be able to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. You can't have thin skin on the internet. You really can't. And you got to be able to take criticism and even admit when you're wrong. God knows I've had people in the comment section and I thought they were kind of being a douche. And I was like, and then of course, like, no, you misunderstood. Not like I shot back at him like a jerk or anything like that, but I might have been a little, sarcastic. They're like, no, I'm actually meant this. You misunderstood me. And I was like, oh yeah, that makes more sense. I was confused.
No, can I just say this? To all the losers who kept criticizing me over Tim Drake being bisexual, who's right now, huh? Your comic sold shit, huh?
And they canceled it after issue 10.
I have a question.
Ass, all you
it didn't even make it a year.
All of you losers writing 10 paragraphs explaining to me how wonderful it is that he's gay. Kiss my ass. I was right. You were wrong. I was right. You were wrong.
I have to make a comment. I don't know what a blueser is. It sounded like you wanted to say loser or bitch or a combination of both. And that's how it came. You're like, because all you bluesers out there. I'm like, what the fuck is a blueser?
Yeah, no, I bet that whole Tim Drake quote unquote bisexual cycle is probably going to be memory hold by this time next year.
No, it's just I will randomly suddenly get a alert on YouTube that somebody's just written 5 paragraphs explaining to me how wonderful it is that Tim is gay. Just going through it, I don't even read half of it because like paragraph upon paragraph. It's like I made that video like a year ago. I don't care. Your comic didn't sell you.
Yeah, I still get weird.
Third Robin.
Yeah.
Third Robin after. So there was Dick Grayson, Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and then Damian Wayne. And if you go off canon a little bit, Kerry King Kelly. So yeah, third Robin.
Yeah. And then they decided to make him, which we all know when they say bisexual, it just means he's gay. That's it.
Yeah, well, it's because they say bisexual so they can be like, oh, well, it's fine because he swings both ways. But then they never show him with a member of the opposite sex again in a romantic capacity.
Mm-hmm.
That's gay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it is. So if he was bisexual, so what happens if he breaks up with his new boyfriend, right? Goes out to the bar, meets a nice girl. I mean, if you're going to own it, fucking go whole hog, if you ask me.
No, I just love the people. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, hey, if it, in the real world, if it makes you happy, but traditionally, said character is not. So maybe let's not. And what's so stupid is that there's actually characters out there they could adapt. There are new characters they could try to create, and they can't do it because they're creatively bankrupt, and so they just have to, of course, swap everything.
Mm-hmm.
Much like the Marvels trailer, we have female the accuser, Dev, I can't remember her name. But anyway, classically,
Dev Nar or something.
I think it's Devnar. Classically a male character who is an accuser and has a giant hammer, and now she's the woman.
Oh God, gag me! I'm starting to hate women.
Well, if I remember correctly, and I think somebody might have mentioned this last night on your show last night, but that character is in the comics and has been since like the Silver Surfer days, but it was originally a dude.
Yep.
I am really starting to hate women. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I'm tired of this.
I don't hate women. I hate the retards who have decided to fucking hijack everything. And it's absolutely just like, not stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that they're like okay, so like talking about Star Wars, we're going to the Dawn of the Jedi 25,000 years ago, one of the most boring books of the EU, and it's a brown-haired woman who is the protagonist of said book. So God knows that's exactly where Lucasfilm is going to go with this the whole what's his name? Damn it, he's doing the Indiana Jones film. I don't care. But yeah, that's I don't know. It's good advice. Because you don't really meet yeah, it's Darben. Okay, yeah. Zawe Ashton is Darben, a Kree warrior who wields an accuser's hammer. So
well, and like Ronan the Accuser was called the Accuser because that was his job title.
Yeah,
like that was a specific civil servant position within the Kree government. I mean, they were enforcers. They were somewhere between judges and police.
Yeah,
but it was a whole profession. It wasn't just like, oh, Ronan's the only accuser.
No, he's not the only accuser. He's the one that went rogue and went for the Power Stone, stuff like that. So and he's an excellent villain in Guardians of the Galaxy. If you want my honest opinion, I think he was great.
I think so. And I think Lee Pace, who played him, really
so good.
Fucking good. I have never seen that guy not be excellent, even in shitty movies. Like when he played Thranduil in the Hobbit movies, like he was still very, very good in those movies.
Yeah.
You want to watch a really good performance with him. There's a show that was on AMC called Halt and Catch Fire. It's about the early days of the internet and message boards in the 80s and stuff, and the people who were building them. And he plays a guy who, sort of a Steve Jobs type, loosely based on real people kind of thing. Very excellent show, and he is fantastic in it. So, yeah.
Interesting. So I just looked up this actress who's playing. I guarantee I'm saying her name wrong. Zawe Ashton is actually is engaged to Tom Hiddleston.
Interesting.
I'm assuming that's probably how she got I mean, she's very beautiful, but I don't know. I mean, if Tom Hiddleston likes her, maybe she can actually act, because I love me some Tom Hiddleston. Him as Loki is chef's kiss. Nobody is better. And so that's why another reason, like the Loki show, we're getting a season 2, and I hate a female in it. What's her name? What it starts with Sylvie. Female Loki is Sylvie. Yeah, she sucks.
Yeah, didn't watch it.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
I did. The only thing good about it is Tom Hiddleston.
No, but the only frustrating thing is, think about it. You have Loki. I mean, the potential they could have done, and they did this. I mean, I feel like you could have done something great with this. Instead, it was just so disappointing. I mean, they had him captured, and it's like, why couldn't you have Loki bouncing all over the place? I just.
They also had old Loki, who was played by he's in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. He plays Barbosa. Son of a bitch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Jeffrey Rush.
Yes, he was he was fucking incredible too.
He
and
usually is.
And then of course I did like Alligator Loki. That was kind of funny. So yeah, no, but that was well, Owen Wilson was fine. I mean, Owen Wilson is Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say he's incredible, but I'm not going to say he was bad in the show. I think him and Tom Hiddleston has some pretty good chemistry, which was funny because like sarcasm meets like slightly stupid humor. But yeah, no,
Yeah.
Loki was kind of a disappointment. It kind of
So-
shit the bed.
And I saw most of it though. Let me amend it. I don't hate women, or I'm not even. I'm just. It's like you hear that that they're gonna make it a female character, you know, automatically. And so many of the great fandoms and stuff I love are being destroyed by women. Like, I mean, even just I have this theory that I put out that a first-person shooter, a third-person shooter, the quality goes down the higher the female player base.
Well, it's always telling when they talk about an upcoming show and they don't talk about what's going to happen with the characters in it. They just talk about what the characters are.
Yeah.
Right. For example, if they say, "Oh, we have this great, strong female character," you know, it's going to be shit because they're not going
Yeah.
to be focused on any kind of character development, any kind of struggles, any kind of like real writing challenges. If they just said, "Oh, we have this upcoming story and it takes place at this such and such time, and our character's going through this," and they throw out a "she" as a descriptor of the character, that doesn't indicate that it's going to be female, that it's going to be strong female. That indicates that the character is female, but they're also talking about everything else, which indicates that it might actually be worth watching to me because, you know, they're not focused on strong female. They're focused on, hey, so this character is going through all this stuff and she does this, this, and this.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, there is a difference.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. It's just all the people who argue with me over Destiny 2, 9 out of 10 times, it's a woman or a freaking non-binary femboy. You know, it's always the strong woman. It's like it's the gender swapped woman. It's like no more. Just stop.
Yeah. Any time that they focus on that, if that's the first thing they come out with is, oh, these are the boxes that our character checks.
Well, they're
And they
always
don't-
boxes.
Yeah, you know, but I mean,
Anymore.
if these are the boxes that our characters check, and that's all they say in their initial fucking releases, you know, it's going to be shit down the road.
Well, I mean that's all Miss Marvel is our check boxes for Son of Amanat. You know, and so we, you know, I can't remember the actress, even non. Anyway, she thinks she's like 21 or whatever. The actress playing her is very bubbly, and she does love comic books and stuff like that. And they were talking about the fact that the MCU is the 616, and she says no. And she corrected an interview about this. And she said that no, the 616 is in the comics. The MCU is not the 616. So I mean, she's very, very likable. I think in small doses, but at the same time, though, the way that they're having her portray the character, I think is going to be a little over the top for probably a 2-hour movie.
It's I could see that. It's like hanging out with your annoying bubbly cousin who won't sit the fuck down for 5 seconds.
Yeah, and eventually you just want to smack her.
Yeah, I could see how that could get annoying waiting through that movie with. I don't know. I don't think the Marvels is going to be good. I don't think it's going to do well. But I also I'm going to say this. I don't actually have a problem with the people who are playing the characters. It's people who wrote them that I have the issue with. I don't even have that big a problem with Brie Larson, aside from the fact that she said some really stupid shit a couple years ago.
Yeah, and the thing is that it's been like a good 5 or 6 years. Well, hello.
Hey, Naomi.
Hi,
Who's
guys.
looking
How are
fancy?
you? Thanks. I just got back from hanging out with my cousin.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, and then went to the farmer's market and
picked up a guy or two at the farmer's.
Definitely did not do that, but I picked up a little.
Which one of us is the pervert here, Kat?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, didn't you guys say one of the best places to pick up a guy is like the farmer's market? And the
or two?
I said that, but I never said two.
I don't know. I don't know. You're talking to the Muslim.
You know, the Muslim seems to have spit roasting on her mind. Moving on.
You know what the Muslim has on her mind? The chicken parmesan that's sitting in the refrigerator waiting for me.
And other things.
She's mad with hunger.
Yes.
She's not thinking straight. That's what's happening.
Yes.
I did pick up a Rista, though. This is a little guy that I picked up, though. This is one of my props that you'll see in the background from
What
now
is it?
on. It's a rista. So it's like little chilies. It's red chilies all on a little piece of string.
Do you eat it?
You can
No.
make it. Yeah, you can make it into a sauce.
I guess you can.
Yeah, no.
Looks
you
like,
fry
looks
it.
like decoration though.
Look,
Yeah,
like I
it's-
said, my brain is going to food.
Yeah, well, you can make it into a sauce. I have tons of red chilies.
Food.
That's not food. That's not food.
But it can
Well,
satisfy. I can satisfy a craving.
Well, not the one I have right now. All right, food, food.
Okay.
Wow. I just the afro throws me off a little bit. I'm gonna say this one thing, and then I'm gonna move the fuck on because this is about to get like horrendous. But can you imagine picking the lint out of your cervix?
Oh
Oh dear God.
no, I
All
don't
right,
want to
I'm done.
imagine that.
I'm done. So I'm sorry I even brought it up.
I have no comment on this right now.
Sorry to derail whatever conversation y'all were having.
No,
don't
it's good.
Even remember what we were talking about
I
now.
don't remember either.
Brie Larson.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Brie Larson. She said something stupid like 5-6 years ago.
She said a few stupid things 5-6
Well,
years
yeah,
ago.
and
Yeah.
she's mellowed out a lot, and I think she's realized that she kind of shot herself like with a bazooka in the foot.
Honestly, I think her YouTube experience humbled her a little.
I think so too.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know, I honestly do. And humility is not a bad thing. is it?
No, it's not. It's not. And she's very good with the young fans. She's very good with the young kids that love Captain Marvel. I think that's great. She's always, running up to them, and when they want to ask questions, she always picks them out of the crowd, which I think I think probably she sees herself as the little girl in the crowd, and I think that's cool. But yeah, when it comes to some of her issues of the past of like with like men and stuff, it's like, okay, maybe slow it up a little bit. But it seems like she has. It seems like she's slowed down a little bit. So I'm not. I have no issue
suspect
with
that
her.
I suspect that had more to do with her publicist than it had, and with the studio than it had to do with her. Honestly,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't care where the humility comes from, as long as it's there, and it's like, okay, kind of shut up a little bit. Shh.
Yeah.
So,
but the movie itself, I don't know if it's been, it's been reshot how many times?
It's been pushed back 5 times now. So there's definitely reshoots in there. And speaking of a movie that's been reshot and pushed back, and the budget for Indiana Jones 5, the Dial of Destiny, the proposed budget has come out as $295 million.
What did they spend that on?
That's just what they've reported, which means it's probably $100 million more, which easily means this movie needs to make probably $950 million to break even.
That's insane. What are
They should call it Indiana Jones and the Pension Fund.
They spent more money on that movie than all 4 other Indiana Jones movies combined.
That is insane.
That is not a joke. That
Did
is a
they really?
literal. They really did.
No, but do they really think they're going to make that back?
No.
I mean, they must be
There's
insane.
no fucking way.
No.
Zillage, there may be some truth to that, but the fact was, when this movie was originally announced, it was Captain Marvel 2. It was her movie. The part of the reshooting was taking her out of the limelight. She's no longer the focus of the story. And yeah, I'd be pissed too, because it probably means a pay cut.
Oh yeah.
No, and as Muggsykins puts it later on, she was raised from with the fact that what Muggsykins said about her being raised by Hollywood since she was 6, that makes even more sense. Why, she's taught to believe these things, and maybe being out in the real world, like you said, YouTube humbled her a bit. But she's probably told, when you lose your part and stuff,
I mean, her YouTube channel doesn't even have that many. It still probably has less than a million subscribers, and she's supposed to be all popular. Like, really?
Mm-hmm. Muggsy, I still have mine too. I also
not
have DVD collection, but
676,000 subscribers. That's it.
what does she do on it?
show her feet.
Well, if you're into
she
feet,
yeah, she did a lot of yoga videos towards the end.
you know, I mean,
Yoga?
they're a little bit more like gnarly tree roots than they are feet. But yeah, they're if you're into feet.
No, I don't even think people who are into feet are going to be into those feet. I could probably get around it if she left shoes on.
Yeah, you know, I hear Ryan Kindle's simping for her hard now.
Oh, he is.
I think it's kind of part of an act, but it's fucking funny as hell. Well, I mean, look, she does look good in the tank top. I'm not gonna lie, and she's actually the new hairstyle. She actually looks effeminate instead of having that fucking man buzz cut, fucking whatever the lesbian haircut she had in Endgame.
No,
The
I
Ryan
agree.
Kindle
I think
haircut.
she's one of those people though, and like this has nothing to do with her personally or politics or whatever, but she's one of those people. Her longer hair suits her face better.
Oh,
Yes,
definitely.
It just does. It frames her face better. The short hair just it didn't do her any favors.
Mhm.
no,
It made her look like a real butch, and
Mhm.
I think that's why men instantly got turned off because
Well, she's got a
very
fairly
pro-
round face, but her
Yeah.
her skull isn't like consistent with that. So when you get the like short hair, it kind of it makes things look out of whack and out of
I
proportion.
mean, look, this is the first time that my hair is like pulled back. I don't look the same, do I?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you when I see myself in the mirror without the hijab on, my face is a lot thinner. The hijab makes my face look
Oh,
very
no.
round.
I guarantee this
I don't
is
know,
probably.
Kat, what do you think?
I don't know because I don't see what the appeal is with feet.
No, do you think Carrie will break
Well,
600 if he
No,
shows his feet?
You'll lose subscribers.
yeah, you'll lose subscribers.
I'm not even
Well,
subscribed to
But then
him.
I
He'll lose
think
me.
feet.
Actually, according to Nomi, there's a market for men's feet.
There
on-
is.
Why?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't there be? It's
don't understand
probably
this.
men who are wanting to look though.
Yeah.
If we're being
I
honest.
don't care about feet at all. I don't get. I think feet are gross. Why do you think I wear socks all the time now?
I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, I can't speak on the behalf of the population who are attracted to feet, but they'll buy them, and they know they will buy the men's feet. So men have a weird fetish.
Guess if I ever have a problem paying rent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, a little bit. I think your connection's a little choppy there, Nomi. But
Oh,
that's-
is
we can hear you just fine.
Yeah,
But
you only.
yeah, your camera's a little.
You look perfectly fine to me, but it's my internet probably. The family internet's tower is in the living room, and the house that we're in was made in the 1950s that they used cinder blocks to
Oh.
build this house. So the signal doesn't go through.
You know
but-
what? You know me. You know what might work for you?
What's that?
Power line adapter. So
Oh my
for
God.
me, no, it's not that hard. So for
Okay.
me, so an extender won't work for you because you have concrete walls between you and the router, right?
Yeah.
So for me, for example, I'm in the basement and the router's right above me, but because it's stone, a power line adapter has two parts. One you plug into the router and one you plug down like in the another room, and it uses the power line like an Ethernet cable. So for me, there's two different kinds. One just creates a wire, but the other one you can have a separate Wi-Fi downstairs or in a way that like I said, it's like a cable. So it's like a cable goes from upstairs down to here and is plugged into like a small like Wi-Fi creator.
Okay.
I would look it up. It's called a power line adapter.
She's trying to bring you into her fire hazard world.
I know, and then
No,
I'll be a
that's-
screaming fire death trap because of the brick house I live in.
Did you guys see that thing? It had like, I don't know, 30 connectors in one power strip.
Yeah,
30?
Yeah.
That was like
It was-
it had like there wasn't connectors. It had 30 sockets in
Yeah.
one
Yeah,
power
that thing
strip.
was awesome.
Yeah,
know,
you
and
would say that.
Literally,
Kat, who very rarely comments on the group chat. Very rarely does she comment on the group chat. First thing, it's like a half a day later, she's like, "I need that."
I'm fasting.
I know, I saw that too. Like,
Yeah,
the whole Twitter chat will be fire. Never hear anything from Kat. But once that photo of the the power adapter of the 30 plugs, I need that. That's amazing. Okay,
Yes.
Kat. Like
I'm fasting. Go easy on me.
I'm just saying. I'm telling you what, Cat caused 3 Mile Island with that crap. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
God damn it! How did you know? That was before I went into my airplane phase.
Well, yeah, 3 Mile Island was before 9/11, wasn't it? Yeah. It
Yeah,
was
so,
80 something, 87.
I don't remember, but all I know is it was before my airplane phase. Then I was like, airplanes are cool.
It's kind of suspicious your family
I
lives
would not.
near
I would
New
keep that
York.
to yourself. Yeah.
Actually, wasn't 3 Mile Island on Long Island
3 Mile Island is
or close to Long
I
Island?
believe isn't it upstate New York?
I don't know, but I was on
Yeah,
Long Island.
it's in New York State, I think.
Yeah, I think it's upstate though.
Look, I'm not going to comment
it's been
on
a
my
while.
origins or where I'm from or where I was raised.
No, it's in Pennsylvania. Okay. So yeah, but no, they were getting a lot of reports of issues, kind of like a certain train derailment.
Oh, yes.
Is there trains that derail by themselves?
Yeah, but Pete Buttigieg must have been so excited. He finally got to wear a hard hat and a vest and look all fancy and feel like a big boy.
Such a punk bitch. I hate that guy.
Oh, I hate him too. I'm just saying.
And no, it's not because he's gay. It's because he's a punk bitch.
Yeah.
Guess what? Straight guys can be punk bitches too.
He's also a diversity hire. Yeah, no skill at all.
Oh, did you see that that Sam Britton, good old Biden's diversity hire for nuclear waste disposal?
Yeah.
The laundry
he got charged and he has to pay like the defendant like I think it was like $3,600 or something. I don't know. It was it wasn't more than 10,000, but yeah, for like stealing, just in like one judgment for stealing people's clothes. So yeah, it was like 6,800 or some shit like that.
I know.
Isn't he also the woman from Africa, from Tanzania?
She's
She's filing a lawsuit too, I think.
Yeah, she's the most high profile one. That's a fucking felony. You're stealing people's luggage from an airport. Airports are under federal government jurisdiction. That's a damn felony. I don't know why he's not being charged with a felony.
Because he has favor.
He has they them pronouns.
So, speaking of things that suck.
Oh no!
Perfect segue.
Yeah, I got this. I just got this in from Kohai. Just remember, I'll always love you, Ryan.
That's a lot of slurping there.
I am never easily offended, but I never want to hear or see that again.
I can't guarantee that won't come up again.
I did not like that at all.
But I'll make it rare. I promise you I will make it rare.
Please make it rare. Please make it rare.
We're slowly making it where I don't want to come on this show.
I know. That one might be a little too far because I
don't know if YouTube's gonna like that.
We'll see later on.
Yeah.
I did not like that at all.
Did we lose viewers?
Yeah.
Or did we gain viewers? All you need to do is show your feet, Ryan.
Nope, I think we lost viewers.
Here.
Yeah.
Yoshi's showing his feet. Yoshi. My cat.
Yeah, Shadow's not wrong. I was definitely horrified. Yeah.
I don't have a good answer for you, buddy.
I don't think I've seen anything worse on FNT than probably that. That's the worst thing I've ever seen on the as a meme, I think.
As Ryan takes a drink.
Oh well, you know, I'm thirsty.
It's already out there, so you know.
Well, I mean, what am I gonna do? I mean, come on.
And as Kohai says,
that one was rough.
little much, Kohai, but
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I listened to just a snippet of it because I was like, oh, this is MP4, there's their sound and all that stuff. I was like, oh, this sounds so. I was a little bit caught off guard by the
slurping.
yeah, myself as I played that for you. I was just like, oh, okay.
That's worse than like the you hear on a fucking porno, man. God,
I mean,
bless.
at least it was just slurping and you weren't choking, right?
Yeah. I did lose my cap, so hold on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and that sound was in HD too, so I was definitely getting ear raped on that.
Yeah. It looks like some of our viewers dipped out and then came back.
Yeah, they did.
So Samuel,
I will have to. This will be my like my rainbow after the flood moment. Actually, I promise you guys, I will make that as rare as I possibly can. If not ever, I might not ever use it again publicly.
I don't.
Well, you tried it and you got the results that people didn't like it.
You can't see it right now, but I'm pretty sure my avatar is blushing.
Yeah. I think the YouTube moderator that's going to be watching this later is going to be blushing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Ryan.
Well, I don't know. They didn't. Thursday's show's still up, and some shit was said. So
that was probably a smidgen much if I had to shoot it straight.
Yeah.
So I did not miss anything because I fell asleep after work and I just completely talked out.
Smidgen over the top.
We had Amira on, and as I have the same rule for everyone across the board, speak your mind. She did.
I would change.
YouTube might take exception to some of the things that she said.
What was said? I missed it.
Bundle of sticks.
A lot.
Okay.
Here, I'll just put it in the private chat for you because
please
I'm not gonna say it out loud myself.
We also talked about teachers, but not like how I did that. A little more seriously. Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you might want to update your policy to speak your mind as long as it's within terms of service.
Well, I thought about that. Larry actually contacted me about that as well, and he suggested that I private the video.
I would probably recommend that. Yeah.
He'd said that you had spoken with him about that as well. I'm probably not going to do that because I have made my entire policy free speech. If it gets taken down by YouTube, it gets taken down by YouTube. I'm not monetized. The worst thing they can do is nuke this channel, which would suck for me in terms of like all that stuff. But I mean, it's not like this shit's not already going up on Rumble.
Well. I guess the best way to look at it is that when somebody in the chat comments watching Ryan actually cringe when she said some stuff, it was like I saw that and I was like, yeah, you're kind of right. I rarely cringe at things. And that I was kind of like, I'm like, oop, okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Now, to be fair, like for those of you who caught that and weren't aware of how Amira feels about certain things, and she is not like that on other people's channels unless, like myself, they have given her a green light to say whatever the fuck comes to her mind, just like I have with everybody else who's on this panel. So not if she goes on someone else's channel and they're like, hey, we don't talk about this or this, she will abide by their rules. It's their channel. She has more respect than that. It wasn't like you.
No, and I do know that. Yeah, no, you're pretty loose with your rules, dude.
Yeah.
But I still try to treat it. I mean, and that's not her fault. Like, that's
right.
her great. I just know what it's like to have a YouTube channel and have some people. I've had some people in the past cause a few problems. And I try to take it to the limit while still maintaining terms of service. Because obviously YouTube's full of a bunch of assholes.
Yeah, and especially Susan's replacement, because he doesn't even deserve a name. He's just Susan's replacement.
I had a name for him last night and I forgot it because we were discussing something. What the hell was I going to call him? I think it's something like I'll have to think about
Susan
it.
2.0?
No, I think I called him like Susan's cuck or something like that.
Mhm.
Because he's basically just her little bitch boy. I mean, she guarantees she's the one who promoted him. So I'm sure he was all up in her butthole.
Yep.
So
I mean, yeah, see if I've got the right thing here. I'm going to put the link in there because Carrie was asking for it. He says he can't find it now. It's coming right up on mine, but that's the link to the Thursday show. You know, I mean, enjoy. I don't know what Carrie's, getting on about. It's not like he hasn't heard everything that she says. He's been there for some stuff that you guys don't see, in the public, all that. But yeah, there's the link for you, Carrie, if you want to go watch it. But yeah, she hasn't said anything in there that you specifically, Carrie, haven't heard her say. So, and all that. But yeah, I don't. I'm not going to take it down unless I get forced to.
Mm-hmm.
So because like I can't justify that with my conscience if I say that I'm a free speech absolutist.
Mm-hmm.
I can't justify shutting that shit down.
Yeah, because they'll be showing favor to one person versus her,
Mhm. Yeah.
and
Where,
that will be an issue.
whereas I have a policy of just privating everything over like 2 weeks old. So that it doesn't matter what it is. I just private all live streams that are like 2 weeks old. Well, over 2 weeks old, sometimes 3 weeks. I'll forget and it'll end up being like 3 weeks. Just because I think it's
Yeah, the only time I've ever done that, I've done that with one episode of this show, and it was episode number 8. And the only reason that I did was because some things got said that were a little too self-identifying.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as that goes, like there have been a handful of other instances where I've had to go back and like crop things out that were self-identifying for people on the panel.
yeah.
But that wasn't. Other than that, that's just for protecting people's anonymity and safety and all that stuff. I don't think that I don't see that as the same kind of thing. And yeah, so that the only episode that I've ever let me take that back. There are two. One of them was a game stream, and it was a game that I should not have been playing on YouTube where kids could see.
What was it?
Big Drunk Satanic Massacre, or BDSM.
Okay.
Oh,
I've never heard of that game.
Yeah, it's a top-down shooter kind
makes
of thing.
sense.
And it involves you're basically playing the son of the devil trying to take back hell from the humans who have turned it into basically a McDonald's franchise.
Okay.
There's a lot of nudity, a lot of sex, a lot
Then
of.
why the hell? You know what? Why the hell did that simp give me a copy of it on Steam?
I don't know.
Wait, somebody really did?
Yeah, the guy the simp guy who used
It's
to
on the Nintendo Switch.
No, but this person gave it to me on the gifted it
I
to me on
know.
Steam.
I just looked it up. It says it's on the Nintendo Switch too. What in the
What?
hell?
Shadow, stop putting fake addresses in the fucking thing too, because it's going to get flagged for the algorithm doesn't know that that's a fake address.
Yeah. We yelled at you before on this. Do not do that. And also, I've told you this too. That is a real address in Albuquerque. Do not do that.
Yeah, I appreciate you taking that down. That is not something you can't be putting even fake addresses in there, because the algorithm does not know the difference. It will assume that you are either self-identifying and move to protect you by striking the stream, or it will assume you're attempting to dox someone, which again,
it's a big no-no.
It will strike the stream. So please don't put fake addresses in the chat.
Doxing can get a whole channel taken down.
Yeah.
Until reviewed.
And you might get charged for it too. So
yeah, right. So it's a whole thing. Depending on where you are, yes.
Give me about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I'm gonna go heat something up. I will be right back.
Enjoy your dinner.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna heat some. I think we still have macaroni and chicken parmesan. I will
go get yourself some grub.
I know
Be
that
right back.
sounds
All right,
delicious.
we'll see you here shortly. Okay.
Oh, now
Jose
that she's
Martinez,
gone.
welcome, by the way.
Now that she's gone. Oh no, she's not gone yet.
Now that she's gone, we can talk about really dirty stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Nomi's like,
But
yeah.
yeah, real dirty stuff.
Oh, good lord! Why are you twirling your hair, woman?
Because never mind. I was gonna tell Kat that I tried to. Give me 1 second.
Is your boyfriend walking?
I guess. Zillage, it's very they cherry pick who they dox. You never know, or who they enforce that on. And you never know if it's going to be you or not. You know,
Just-
they don't do it across the board, and it's fucked up, and it's better not to risk it.
It's one thing. Don't ever do it.
God damn it, Carrie.
What happened?
I know what you're saying. That he said he put a fake address in the fucking. You're a mod, dude. Act right.
I'm back.
Yeah, Carrie, take it. Delete it.
Yeah, it's just a.
It doesn't matter. Like, let's act appropriate on other people's channels, please.
Mhm.
Like that's actually something that really does actually bother me. Like, have some fucking respect for other people's channels. There's having fun and being being a clown, and then there's just being an asshole. Nobody likes an asshole.
Nope.
I mean, you like some asshole.
Oh, please don't play it. Fuck it. Just fucking play it. You know you want to.
I was just referring to all that times you talked about sticking your tongue in a butthole, but okay. We didn't have to go this
What?
route. But...
What? When you're in a relationship for a while, you trust somebody. I mean, they're a very clean person.
You better trust that they wipe right.
So, when you've lived with somebody, fucker, come on. You're upstairs. It's just a little walk downstairs.
Look, here's where you lose me, man. Yes, so you live with somebody, right? You trust them, but you also know how they eat.
Yeah.
Where do you think that ends up? On your tongue.
Well, Tony, are you dead again? All right.
Never thought about that, did you?
No, I have. Does it bother me?
Oh god.
Hey,
Yeah,
everybody
maybe
wants to see a brown girl blush.
Oh wow!
now if I cover my face like this, you can't see.
I'm just saying. You know what? Sometimes it's just good manners.
How was that good manners?
I hate to say it. It's something you'd have to experience to understand.
Yeah, Carrie,
and it's not something I have done to me. It's something that that benefits the ladies.
Yeah, Carrie, it isn't the fact that I'm aware that it's a fictional address. That's not the point. The point is that the algorithm doesn't know the difference, and even if it does, given who I associate with, you really think they're gonna fucking leave me alone on that?
Mm-hmm.
No,
They're not.
You associate with degenerates.
The higher ups will be on Samuel like French on a fry.
Oh, and I'll tell you what too. It seems like over the last week, something been up with YouTube views because the video I did about the Mario movie and like Tim Pool and Matt Walsh, talking shit about the Mario movie and how it's like, blah blah blah, just vomiting garbage. The first 24 hours, I think I got like 37 views, and then all of a sudden after that, it's like something switched and it jumped into it jumped several hundred, and I went, what the fuck is that? Like, very strange. I think YouTube's been fucking with shit lately.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. They do all kinds of fucking weird shit.
Every time they mess with something, it fucks the whole algorithm up.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been stuck on just a little under 400 subscribers for like over a week now, and it won't budge. And that's why I think they're screwing with stuff because because Larry and I were talking about it too, that of course the weekend subscriber purge is a real thing. Every weekend YouTube purges subscribers that they believe are have been inactive for a long period of time or might be bot accounts or something like that. But yeah, it's YouTube. The algorithm's been real wishy-washy.
Yeah, people have told me that they haven't gotten alerts when I've gone live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a few people in this chat saying they weren't getting alerts for this or for Thursday's show on this channel either.
Yeah, I didn't get the alert for today's stream.
And I think so like my history channel has actually been getting a massive, has been getting probably triple, quadruple the views of subscribers that I have, because I haven't been doing anything with it. So to get that many views on a channel with so little subscribers is well over the fact, to where my pop culture channel, where I criticize stuff, has gotten very, very low views over the last week. It's a little interesting that I think YouTube's curating some of the hatred towards Star Wars and Marvel and stuff like that.
Red Bull
shot in the evening.
Red Bull shot in the evening.
This makes me think of The Shining. Red Bull,
Red rum. That's a good movie.
Yeah, it's one of the only Kubrick movies that I actually like. I don't like Stanley Kubrick. I think his movies are fucking boring and pretentious.
So, Kat, just to catch you up, we were talking about tossing salad. What do you think about that?
No, we were not. And I'm okay that she missed this conversation.
Okay.
I feel like there's a tone in her voice that says, okay,
shut the fuck up, Ryan.
Just don't.
Actually, there's a tone in my voice of, I'm hungry, do whatever you want.
No, please, no. I've told you this before.
Okay, whatever Nomi wants. Do whatever Nomi wants.
That's fair. What did you get to eat?
No, don't tell him, because he's gonna know.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna fuck with it.
Spaghetti, macaroni, and Parmesan.
It's what Samuel said earlier. Where does that go at the end when you're done eating?
I'm just saying, if a lady says, hey, let's keep it above par, I understand. I understand that let's keep it above par.
What's humorous to me here is that I'm not the one talking about it. Y'all are the one saying, hey, let's not talk about it.
And I'm sitting here. I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I was actually going to tell you, Kat. Well, I was going to tell Samuel and Ryan when you were off camera that I attempted to download Warframe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have enough space on my Switch.
You can get Warframe on the Switch?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know that if you order a micro SD card off of Amazon, you can get like a 512 gigabyte one for like $20.
Okay, I'll do that because I think I have a 150 right now currently.
I think that was a consistent problem with the Switch release, was that they didn't release them with enough memory.
And you don't have to buy one that's Nintendo authorized.
Yeah,
it's not authorized. It's SanDisk, and they paid for a licensing fee.
Yep.
Actually,
I have a SanDisk. It's 512 gigabytes.
Yeah, mine's SanDisk too. Yeah,
I have the
Samsung.
Okay.
I have the Samsung 512. It's on sale for $60.
Oh my God! Did everybody hear about how much money Strange New Worlds and Lightyear lost?
No, how much?
No.
Strange New Worlds lost 122. Strange Worlds lost $122 million, and Lightyear lost $101 million. And Mario has crossed the $500 million mark, and it's not even the second weekend.
So it's halfway to $1 billion.
It's over halfway to $1 billion, and it hasn't been
to $1 billion.
It hasn't even been released in Japan or the Koreas.
Yep.
And that's where it's going to make even more bang.
Oh yeah,
Japan. Yeah. They love that little fucking plumber there.
Mm-hmm.
That's I hate to say it, Odin. OMB reviews. I think
he's
might have to suck down some fucking pineapple pizza.
I'm thinking we might even hit like 1.1, 1.2.
Yeah. For those of you in the chat who don't follow F&T, there is a bet about how well this movie does. If
I'm
it
going
does
with at
over
least
$1 billion, Odin from OMB Reviews has to eat pineapple pizza, which he considers a cardinal sin. And if it gets under, then Jeremy Griggs of Geeks and Gamers has to, and he also is not a fan.
I'm gonna go with over 1.5 billion because it is gonna make bank in Japan.
It's well, I mean, it's already the resale value. Here in the United States, many people are saying that they're seeing it multiple times.
Yeah, I'm
With
seeing it tomorrow.
with family members and stuff like that. So I have a feeling that yes, it's going to. I think it'll probably break at least $620 million in the US before it hits Japan and Korea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well,
I'm actually going to go see it again for the second time tomorrow
Honestly,
with my mom and
I'm
dad.
not, I wasn't really invested in this movie, because like we've discussed previously, not that invested in Mario or the franchise or the characters. But I am kind of invested in this F&T bet, so I might go see it just for that.
no, but also,
Well, like I said, the little Eldritch gods will love it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like
Mhm.
you, and even you who grew up when Mario, because Mario came out in 1985 when I was born. So I've been a fan for like a long time. You'll even appreciate it because it's just so much fun, and
Yes.
it's just a damn good time, and it sticks to the lore beautifully.
I
just,
won.
no, well, I mean, just imagine, Samuel, a movie that has no message preached in it. The whole point of the movie is fun. I came out of that movie.
I watch movies like that all the time. They tend to be decades old, but I do watch movies like that all the time. Actually, I watched a movie recently that I picked up. Came out last year. It's got you guys know who Ryan Quanten is?
No.
You ever watch? You probably didn't. HBO did a series called True Blood.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Back. So he plays the main character's brother.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I never saw True Blood.
So
yeah, he's the man whore.
Yeah, it's got him and J.K. Simmons in it. It's called Glorious. And yeah, the title plays into it. And it's about a man who, after a bad breakup, gets stuck in a restroom at a rest stop with something talking at him from the darkened stall at the end of the restroom, voiced by J.K. Simmons. And it's about a conversation between basically this guy who's at the emotional end of his rope and an eldritch deity who finds himself stuck in a fucking bathroom in a rest stop in the middle of nowhere.
Give me 1 sec.
And it is there is a glory hole, but hence the name of the movie, Glorious. And it's not bad. I enjoyed it. The only problem I had with it was that because there's always got to be like a little twist with these like little cosmic horror comedy movies, is that the twist was somewhat predictable. But other than that, I have to say that Quanten was really, really good in it. And J.K. Simmons has never been bad as far as I'm concerned, ever. And he's just a voice in this.
Samuel, I have something you should share on the stream there.
Oh my God, it better not be another gross sounding anything.
I've not seen it, buddy.
Did it not show up in the chat between you and I?
Oh, in what, on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I wasn't looking on Twitter.
Oh yeah, it's on Twitter. There you
Best
go.
part of the day. Ice cream.
There you go. That'll cleanse everybody's palate.
Sure.
Oh no! Fuck you! Fuck you so hard.
That's where you draw the line. Seriously.
You right in the ear, man. Those look infected.
I don't want to see it.
I'm not showing that shit.
Lawrence is in the back.
Do it.
Yeah, but he's gonna make it worse.
Do it.
No, I'm eating.
I have to mail that to myself because it's a whole process.
I'm eating.
Panel, Cat.
Look, hold on. I can share it from Twitter. Look, I got this. I'll share it.
Fucking evil man.
I'm eating.
I don't care.
I'm eating too, Cat.
I don't care. You
I'm
guys,
eating Cat.
you guys started the war. I'm gonna finish it.
Oh yeah, no, you fucking win, dude. I'm done.
You guys started the fucking war. I'm gonna finish it right now. What do you think about that?
Here we go. Yeah. There is again.
Why?
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought, but that's.
I'm not late, Kohai. Yeah, Ryan, you shouldn't have done that. You know, this is all Richard L's fault.
He's not even here.
I know what?
He doesn't have to be here. Did we not have a conversation about?
I don't even
This
want
is
to
all
know.
Richard L's fault. And next Thursday, I'm gonna make sure he knows that.
Everybody's just like, stop.
So this is like a reveal your fetish stream.
No,
Oh,
no,
I-
that's everybody's favorite Marvel's actress, Brie Larson's feet.
I know.
Look, I
Let's see here.
opened Twitter and they were right there in my face, and I was like, you know what, y'all took it to the next level. I'm gonna dish out some pain.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna let it go after that. I wasn't even ever gonna show that one again. I'm still never gonna show that one again. But Kohai,
No,
it's
no.
hunting season, baby. Did you think I was going to put it back on the screen?
Yes.
No, I was just telling my mod Kohai to go, nuts with Ryan. She's our memer. Yeah. Anyway.
Like the last one wasn't like well over the top. It was me slurping on a fucking dildo.
Yeah.
That's about as extreme as it gets when it comes to YouTube.
So we went from World Economic Forum legalizing kitties to
Kohai, if I ever meet you in person, I'm throwing you over my shoulder and putting you head first in the trash can.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding.
Like Raphael in the Ninja Turtles '89.
Oh, I know, right? No, I'd never do that to a woman, but I probably would like silly string her or something, just to
If you
be
silly
really
string
fun.
me, I will throw hands for sure.
silly string looks cool.
You think I won't run from you, woman?
Yeah, I know you'll run for me.
You'll have to catch me.
Okay.
She's like, bring it on, fucker.
Oh, why are we doing
What the
this?
hell, Larry?
That was for you, Sam. Oh, and by the way, you can blame Richard L for that too.
No, I blame you.
No, it was Richard L.
Oh, geez.
We got good likes up in here. We're at 20 likes. If you haven't smashed the like button, you should.
And thank you for hanging out with us. And yes, Kat, you were right. We went from serious talk about WEF to actually enjoying ourselves. So I don't know. Gay us?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have another topic you might want to move on to since the panel has gotten bigger?
I don't know. That was really about it for specific topics. I don't know.
So more talking
what do you
about
got?
feet, huh?
Well, we don't have
No.
to talk about feet. I mean, we can talk about your feet.
I don't want to talk about my feet.
I don't want to talk about your feet either. But you brought up feet. I don't have feet. I got tentacles.
You want to talk about feet?
It's a foreign concept to me, this feet thing.
She's like, I hate you all.
I'm just listening to the conversation. I'm not. I really am just listening to y'all.
I just want to say,
Yeah, no,
Vernon.
we know why. We know why you're just listening.
Why?
Shadow's desperate to get it on any topic besides fetishes. You were such a pure boy.
Yeah. Well, your jaw's still hurting you, right?
A little bit, not as much.
Oh man.
Yeah. So it wasn't strep throat, even though I did wake up with that pain. I realized that the day before I woke up with a pain in my throat, I had eaten tons of chips and salsa, and a chip, when you eat chips, it stabs your throat without realizing, or you do realize it, you're like, oh, that hurt.
You get it wedged in your soft palate.
Yeah, that happened to me. It's like, oh, whatever. And I kept eating chips. And that's when I woke up, like, why does my throat hurt? And I did have a fever. I did suck to eat. I was just only drinking bone broth for
I
whatever.
worry about you. You have a lot of issues every time you eat.
I just don't have no self-control when it comes to eating chips and salsa and boba teas, and yeah.
Look, all I want to say is this: Jada Pickett Smith, stay away from hot chip suit.
I have to be honest, Kat. I wouldn't be putting too much criticism on what people eat. 3-day-old whipped cream.
Yeah, shut up, Kat. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Wow.
I'm just saying she seems to have a lot of accidents. I didn't criticize what she was eating. I was pointing out that remember she had the issue with the boba tea, and now
No, she just said she didn't say you were eating bad things. She just said you're bad at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the boba tea is probably one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. That's wild.
Yeah.
I've heard of them because they seem to be very popular in like southern states like California and that sort of thing, or southwestern states rather. But I always figured that was some kind of like I don't know, lefty hipster thing.
It's
No,
a
it's
trend.
Japanese.
Yeah, it's a Japanese drink.
So a lot of anime people like it.
Mhm.
Did you see the boba tea that had like looked like ants swimming around in it or something
No,
on
I haven't
Twitter?
seen that one. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
If you
It
find
had
it, I'll
stuff-
watch that. I'll see that one.
Ew.
Let me try to find it. It was on Twitter. Like it looked, they're like, oh, boba tea, and you see stuff swimming, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, but
Oh,
look
that
what
is
I got at the
disgusting.
farmer's market, Larry. A little rista.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a pretty graphic one. Apparently,
Mayorista?
so One and Shadow are having a side discussion about Mars in there, and this is a description of what peeing is like on Mars.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
I mean, it's probably accurate, but like now I got this picture in my head of gravy.
Okay. Look, I have food now. I'm happy.
Yay.
You might be otaku. I think when she was talking about anime people, she was talking about weebs.
Yeah.
Which is not always the same thing.
Yeah, it often shows up because it's from Japan, in anime. So.
Right. Well, like that. Speaking of the difference between weebs and otaku, so otaku is a description of a lifestyle, right? People who generally are cut off from everywhere, and they spend most of their time gathering information, whether that information is of any practical use or not. And they're very secluded. Typically, they don't have a lot in the way of social skills, that sort of thing. Weebs, on the other, and there are plenty of them in Japan where the term originates. Weebs, on the other hand, is I believe it's short for weeaboo, which is basically a Westerner who's obsessed with Japanese culture to the point of fetishizing it.
Yeah,
Makes
that would
sense.
make sense for any people who are into boba tea. I mean, it's good. Oh, it's from Taiwan. Okay, well, I know that a lot of people. It's in a lot of anime. So
A lot of
seen it in
Asian
Japanese.
cultures have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
So
seen I've seen it from Japanese stores. That's why I thought it was. Excuse
Well,
me,
wait.
Japanese.
You can go to Filipino stores.
Hey, Josh.
Yeah, Filipinos, Asian markets. A lot of those restaurants have them. So we'll just say it's an Asian-oriented drink, and
On
it's
the other hand,
delicious.
It is really good. On the other hand, I love the fact that my Warframe has Easter eggs right fall it everywhere he goes. I have a
What?
trail of Easter eggs that follows me.
What is this Warframe you speak of? I've never heard of it.
It's a
Mhm.
video game. Go play video game. Video game is fun.
I cannot find this thing, man.
I don't want to see it. I don't like bugs.
It's I don't know if it's bugs. It's something though. They're like the size of like large ants.
Ugh.
And they're swimming around in this drink, and it's like white.
Oh dear God.
It looks like
Yeah.
it looks kind of like boba tea.
No, the ants in Egypt. We were at my grandmother's summer home, right? And the ants. My father had bought chocolate with us from England, flake chocolate, and the ants somehow the bag was sealed, but you can see the ants walking around in it. It's like, how did they get inside?
Oh, they'll find their way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I had a major ant problem in one of the places I used to live in, and I don't know how, but the ants were coming out of the power socket on the wall, and out of the outlet, and that was the only source of entry that they were coming out of. and they made their way to my pantry, so I had to get rid of a lot of things. And I did everything. It comes to like bug spray, raid, everything. They still kept coming. And then someone at I think it was Sprouts I was at, said like, yeah, if you get the diatomaceous earth, make a little indent in the powder, put peppermint oil in the middle of the indent, leave it out, the ants will come, and the diatomaceous earth will basically kill them, like break their bodies.
Yeah,
And then
use the same thing for
they'll
bed
go away.
bugs.
Yeah, they'll go
Okay.
away.
Because
Then go ahead,
yeah,
Sam.
their diatomaceous earth is basically the fossilized remains of diatomaceous
Dinosaurs.
animals.
Yeah.
Animals who were only made up of like 2 atoms. And it tends to be very, very soft, very, very, very fine kind of sand. It feels like to you, but to an insect, it's razor rocks. And so what they'll use is they will mix in some insecticide with the diatomaceous earth, and what the earth actually does is it scratches and it the chitinous shell of the insect and allows the poison to get past that and into their systems. And so that's why you use it for bed bugs, because they carry that shit back to their eggs. Bed bugs are a special case because they lay eggs every 3 days, and they only have a life cycle of about 5 days. So that within that time they could lay 2 clutches of hundreds of eggs, and then by the time they die, their first brood is already born and laying eggs, and so on. And so they're very difficult to get rid of because they breed incredibly fast, and they're extremely armored even for insects.
Yeah.
So the diatomaceous earth is a really good way to at least cut down on their population.
Yeah.
Well, cave crickets or camelback crickets, the way to get rid of them, oh god, I have them because I'm in the basement, right? The way to get rid of them is one thing. I mean, I have these traps from Amazon that work phenomenally well, but water, bowls of water. And they say like the best way is to put soap and water. But for some reason, like I once came home from work and there was one of them in it happened in like 1 week. There were 2 of them that just appeared in Buster's water bowl because for some reason they're attracted to water and then they drown.
Never heard of that one.
No.
But are you terribly afraid of bugs, Kat?
Yes.
Okay, well, don't come to the Southwest because I can't think of the English word, but there's a thing down here. We call them niños de tierra. So they're just basically these giant ass dirt crickets or like dirt mites, and they dig massive holes in the ground, and they're everywhere.
Or are they mites or are they crickets?
I have no idea, but let me see. I can't even think of the English word.
they're all arthropods, but crickets are insects, mites are arachnids.
Well, that's making me think of these cicadas, which come out like every 14 years or something.
Yeah, those are
and they literally fall from the sky.
Yeah, those are insects. Yeah,
Florida has giant grasshoppers that get about that big, and if you step on them, they literally pop full of pus.
I was
fucking
bitten by a
huge. They're a
cicada
pest.
once. Yeah, I got bitten by a cicada once in Illinois.
They're called Jerusalem crickets. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what those are.
Yeah.
Those are insects. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, they're crickets, and they're massive and they're disgusting. Samuel, if you can pull up a picture and show Kat, I would love for her to see
no, I don't want to see it.
I will do that as soon as I find one. But first, Kohai has graced us with Nomi's first meme.
Go ahead and show me. Oh, I don't. No, I will still throw hands, even though it is illegal to hurt people.
It's a joke.
I know it's a joke. That's
oh yeah, they have those in Florida too.
That's a Jerusalem
They
cricket.
do? Yep.
Yeah.
That really
Kill
looks like a big ant.
Kill it with fire.
Yeah, it's a cricket.
It's got an ant-shaped head.
Mm-hmm.
That's so weird.
Yeah, that's they're let me send
I just don't like the idea of something crawling on me. All right, that's why I don't like bugs. One of the most traumatic things that happened was when I was very young. We were in Egypt. We were playing Scrabble. My grandfather. It used to be this thing. My grandmother and grandfather would play Scrabble, and me and my brother would cheer her on. And all of a sudden, she starts like getting uncomfortable, and she gets up, takes her shirt off, like goes into her room, takes her shirt off, and comes back with a bug. It turns out that there was a bug in her shirt that had clung to her clothes that was hanging out to
That's a
dry.
beauty.
And so after that's like, don't want bugs crawling on me. Don't want anything crawling on me.
Here you go.
No more bugs. No more bugs.
You
God,
will
no more
eat the bugs.
No, I will not eat the
That
bugs.
is a damn grasshopper, and it's it's like the size of a guy's 2 fingers.
You
Kill
can
it
tell the
with-
cat's not from the south because deep fried and chocolate covered grasshoppers anymore.
Ew!
No, thank
You're
you.
not even supposed to eat bugs. It's not good for you.
It's not a meal. It's a snack.
Ew! Why would you want that as a
Like
snack?
chocolate covered ants are a snack down there too.
Ew!
They
No,
got-
no. Cookies is a snack. Crackers is a snack. Ice cream is a snack. Ew! Bugs are not a snack.
In foreign countries, yes, they are.
Mhm.
And also in primitive days, if a hunter can't catch a massive, I don't know, boar or something, and what are they going to eat? If they can't catch their prey, they
you can
eat
survive
bugs.
on them for a while, but it's not a permanent thing because the more chitin builds up in your system, you can't pass it, you can't digest it, and it will ultimately prove toxic to you.
Yep.
So you can't eat them constantly, but you can eat a few bugs here and there. And I guarantee that you've probably swallowed. They say you swallow 3 spiders a year in your sleep.
Yes.
That's
That's
Oh,
not the point.
easily.
At least I'm not conscious while
Yeah.
that's happening.
What do you think happens to those spiders?
Oh, you crap. I didn't mean to do that.
that becomes. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
You actually end up eating, I believe, probably about 7 bug parts per week from our diets, because the FDA allows a certain amount of bugs in our food. Certain
But
amount
at
of bugs.
least I don't
bugs per
see it
particle.
squirming. I don't see it squirming around, and I don't. No.
Have you seen the videos of like when they're like in the Philippines or something like that, and they have like a big old freaking wok, and they dump a bunch of like tarantulas in it, and it's been like boiling in like oil, and they
Yep.
just like fry them up. Yeah.
I'm not from the Philippines. I'm from Egypt. We don't eat bugs in Egypt.
Y'all got some big ass bugs in Egypt, so I'm sure y'all eat bugs somewhere.
No bugs. No. That's why WEF. Hell no. There is no way I am eating bugs.
Cats can eat the bugs.
A cat is not going to eat the bugs. Cat is never. Look, on top of that, just, you know what? On sheer principle, cat will not eat the bugs because I don't eat something that somebody tells me I have to eat. When you come to me and you tell me, eat this, I will not eat it on principle. Just as I will not say something, you tell me to say it on principle. I will misgender somebody just because I'm told not to.
You know, you know that spiders and cockroaches are the most prominent bugs that you'll eat in food.
No, I don't care. Yeah, but like you said, there's little pieces, all right? So it's not like I'm aware of it. It's a different thing if you have a giant
Sure.
bug and you're like, eat it. No,
Every once in a while, if you're eating the pasta and you crunch on something little, you might want to wonder what that crunch is.
no. Because again, I'm not seeing a full bug. I'm not worried about the little pieces. I'm worried about the big bugs.
Larry, how you doing, buddy? You haven't said anything in a while.
Yeah. What's up, Larry?
Oh, I'm doing well. I just muted because I was eating.
Ah,
Fair enough.
Sam.
What's for dinner?
Fair enough.
Good chat.
Oh, it's
Bugs.
funny, Cat.
I like
no,
that.
it's not. It's a bug.
You know where we would be without all the bugs?
It's true. That is
It's the same with cats.
Up
Did
to
you
our
know that?
necks in our own feces.
Mhm.
No, well, it's the same with cats. There was actually a really interesting video which pointed out that without cats, humans would go extinct. Because cats
Oh,
are
I-
phenomenal. No, they said because cats are the most efficient
She
predator
said
of
no.
a killer of rodents, and that rodents, even poisons, aren't very good and effective against rodents, and so we would be overrun by rodents if not for.
Oh
I
no,
would I would argue that bees are more vital than cats are. Bees make the plants grow. The plants are what allow us to all breathe.
No, well, all of these things are vital. I'm not saying cats are more important than anything. I'm saying that we need all of them. We need cats because we'd
So,
be
Kat,
overrun.
Are you saying that you eat rodents? Because that explains that. So that means you did this, right? Since cats take care of the rodents.
That's
Isn't
Buster.
that you roasted these rats?
rat
I'm
kebabs.
I'm not going to say yes. I'm not going to say no.
And you know they eat rats in the Middle East, right?
No, they
Yeah.
don't. You're not supposed to eat rodents.
Why not? It's perfectly good
It's-
meat, and they're everywhere.
Yeah, but it's haram. They're dirty. They're unclean.
Okay.
Isn't that why you cook them? Isn't that clean them?
Yeah, fire cleanses.
That's why we also don't eat pork. It's considered unclean.
Because it wallows in its own feces.
I would have figured that they did eat it. I know they eat it in New York.
Yeah, no, it's because it's pigs wallow. They don't eat anything that wallows in its own feces.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I think that I understand. We've had the conversation about why
They also eat
it's
it.
haram and all that stuff, but I
They
think
also
that
eat their feces.
yeah.
Ew.
So what? So do dogs.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yes.
Cats don't.
Yes, they do.
They
No,
eat
they
their own
Don't
throw up.
lie.
No, they don't. I have a cat. She doesn't eat her own poop.
I
She
have
doesn't-
witnessed many cats eat poop, and not just their own poop.
I have never seen my cat eat poop, and I spend all my time with my cat. She also
Maybe
doesn't
your-
eat her own throw up.
Maybe your cat is special then, because cats do eat their own, do eat shit.
Come here. Let me feed her.
Yeah, if you
My
Taco
cat.
Bell, you eat rats. That's a fair point. I think the chat jumped on me. Sorry about that.
Nunny. Hi, Nunny. You want nummy nummies?
Yeah, cats do eat their own shit. And
Not my Buster.
are you sure that Buster's just not letting you see it?
I would know. I spend so much time with this goddamn cat. I would know.
I think that
Her litter box is literally 4
I
feet
think
away from me.
that worm parasite that cats carry that makes people love them. I think it's gotten to your brain.
Her litter box is like 4 feet away from me. I can see her every time she goes into that box. There is no way I would have missed it. Just as there's the vomit. Yeah, no, it's always waiting around to be cleaned up.
What? Have you not been here the whole time?
No, he said he had to step out a little bit earlier.
Huh.
Yeah, we're doing good.
That whole statement is constructed not like him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody else got your
He was in the
account.
chat earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was.
He was in the chat earlier, but he had to step out for a little bit.
Yeah, but that does not sound like Shadow. Shadow.
No, that sounds like somebody else got a hold of his account. Like a girl?
Well,
A girl.
Shadow.
He was probably talking about Nomi, and the girl's probably like, "Who the hell's Nomi?" Well, let me find out.
Well, I mean, maybe,
Well, I'll let you know.
maybe he's just being nice.
Yeah. But if you're a girl and you're going to ruin Shadow's life, best believe you have 2 other girls that will ruin your life just as much as you've ruined his. Because if you ruin Shadow's life, guess what? You got other problems to deal with.
Yeah, bring it on.
And Ryan leaves because he's afraid.
Yeah,
because
any ladies out there, you break his heart, Nomi will break your legs.
I will
Yeah,
break
because
your
if
legs.
anybody's gonna ruin his life, it's gonna be Nomi.
Yeah, it's true.
No. You get to break his legs.
She's
I
gonna
get to break
break
their
that boy.
spine.
I am. And what was it like the other day that I couldn't? I think it was House of the Dragon that I couldn't make it to that stream, and he got all sad. I was like,
Mhm.
yeah, just give yourself a little tug there, and you'll be fine.
Hey, Mrs. Robinson.
It was just so funny earlier that Nomi's like, I've told you about this before. Like she's all lecturing him in the chat. I was just like, damn, kid's in trouble.
Yeah. And actually, I think it was Carrie that said it. I'm Shadow's pre-ex-girlfriend. So yeah.
Pre-ex-girlfriend.
I thought that was Kat. Boy, the way Kat was going off in that chat last night.
Yeah.
I was like,
y'all
I
were
was like,
going
wait a minute,
hard
what's
on that
going on?
chat. I was trying to sleep, and you guys were like, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Let me just sleep. Go take it to another room."
Wait,
Yeah.
whoa.
Oh, when what kind of actually when you guys were like bickering back and forth about Netflix?
They were actually agreeing, but there was a lot of posts.
Yeah.
So anyway, but no, it actually reminded me ex-wife, not girlfriend.
Shadow will
He
never.
ain't divorcing Nomi. Shadow,
Yeah,
Shadow will not divorce
that kid
Nomi.
wishes.
She can't believe that happened.
He will not divorce me, and also, Shadow can't afford me.
Oh, oh,
That's dowry, folks.
That
Nomi's not for
that boy's
sale.
trying to afford textbooks. That's about all he can afford.
He uses his 10-finger discount.
Oh, right,
Uh,
about the Netflix
yeah.
thing. I thought
yeah.
I'm not. Nope.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we'll move on
we
from that
could
one.
talk about Netflix's Cleopatra documentary. I mean,
That's
it would-
what set
it's
Kat
not a
off.
documentary. It's goddamn fiction. Even Zahui Hawass, the Egyptian Egyptologist, said it's a load of fiction. What, you couldn't be bothered to speak to an Egyptian Egyptologist? I thought you were all about
Clearly,
diversity, you little shits. No. An
Congratulations,
Egyptian
Ryan. You
Egyptologist.
succeeded in setting her off.
An Egyptian Egyptologist isn't good enough for you. No,
Hey,
you
hey,
gotta go Jada Pinkett Smith. You couldn't even speak to an Egyptian Egyptologist. Then you
Wait.
talk about
They use
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett?
Yeah, it's a
Yes,
documentary
yes.
from Jada Pinkett Smith. I swear to God.
No, and then you know what? And then what? You know what? I normally hate. I already brought up Anthony Quinn as Hamza. He looks the role. He's phenomenal as Hamza. Haven't seen a single Muslim who said anything against it. And Hamza is one of the most important people in Islamic history. All right, he's the uncle of the Prophet. All right, important dude. He was played by a non-Muslim. All right, so normally I don't got a problem, but I'm calling out their hypocrisy. They go on about their diversity bullshit, and then what? You can't get an Egyptian woman to play Cleopatra? I know there's a lot of Egyptian women actresses in Egypt. Why didn't you go and hire one? Huh,
Because
Jada Pinkett Smith?
You know
You
why?
couldn't get
You
an
know why?
Egyptian?
You know why? Because those other Egyptian women don't have a cuck that slapped another man on national television.
That's true.
No, well, she's not playing it. She's like narrating it. Some black woman from
That's
America.
even worse. Hey,
But-
hey. Technically, she's no different than you, Kat, because technically you're African American, and since you were born here, you are a foundational African American, just like she is. So
No,
there.
but
Yeah,
but
Yeah, you're
no,
actually an African American.
yeah.
Kat, a foundational.
Unlike black people who are born here, they're like, I'm African American. No, you're just a black
I mean,
American.
look. If you're 7 or 8 generations removed from your precedents in Africa, then no, you're an American.
I'm not a fucking
Hey, who-
European American. Like I was
Yeah.
born in this damn country.
Whereas me, on the other hand, my father was born in Egypt. I can have Egyptian. The only reason I don't have Egyptian citizenship is because the bureaucracy sucks in Egypt. If I wanted to get my Egyptian passport, we'd have to like go to Egypt and spend forever and spend ridiculous amounts of money on bribes. That's about it. I have an Egyptian birth certificate because my father is from Egypt and born in Egypt, so that makes me Egyptian. All right.
Gal
Th-
Gadot would have been incredible.
Yes,
Mhm.
I agree. And
Yeah, but then you'd hear a bunch of people raising hell about how they had an Israeli play in Egyptian
yeah.
too.
I mean, I don't have an issue. I know a lot of
Well,
people
they are
would.
pretty darn close.
No, that's why I said I don't have an issue, but I know other people would. I'm just saying, you know what? You talk about diversity. There are a lot of actresses in Egypt. Why not hire one of them? But no, but the other thing is, and this is, so there was a petition started by 2 Egyptians, and they pointed out something which makes sense. The whole idea of Afrocentrism. These Americans who are 7, 8 generations removed from Africa think Africa is one thing. It's like, oh, you're from Africa? Oh, it must be black. No, Africa is huge. So they and the other thing I think is they're trying to claim Egypt as their history. Well, I'm a black American, and you know what? I'm a descendant from Egypt. I bet you how do you any slaves that came to America came from Egypt? Probably not.
Slaves.
Think about Egypt is in northeast.
Hey, breathe, Kat. Let's take a
Breathe.
deep breath.
Okay,
I know.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah. I know this is very infuriating to you, but it's
because
important to breathe. It's just take a deep inhale.
They're
And
Exhale
using
that
Egypt.
CO2.
Yeah.
They are using Egypt to promote their message. If they can't even get her skin color right, you know that they're going to take moderate viewpoints on the strong, independent woman, and they are going to put it into a woman who lived thousands of years ago. They don't understand. They're not going to take the effort and the time to study the time period. They're going to be turning her into some strong, independent woman with, that need no man. As like, excuse me, she was a strong woman, but she still was a product of her era. They're just doing this for their own message, and like I said, so they can be like, "Yo, I'm black, and you know what? So are the Egyptians, and we're descendants of the Egyptians." No, you're not. You're not. You're claiming somebody else's culture. This is genuine cultural appropriation. This isn't like, oh, I'm eating sushi, so I'm culture. No, this is you want to claim Egypt as your history.
So, this is my fault because I wasn't paying attention to the discussion last night. Now I regret my actions.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should. And honestly, Shadow and Kat, they were both heated, but they were
I know.
actually in agreement on almost all of that.
You know
Yeah.
what's funny is that you two are like fire and gasoline. It's like you guys should not be put together ever.
Yeah.
Like even last night, you two were just like, wow, wow, and I'll be like, ho, 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 ho.
I was
Oh.
getting irritated because I was like, okay, so I'm gonna look and see what they're talking about. Every time I tried to read a sentence, it jumped 5 fucking posts, and I'm like, God damn it!
And I wasn't even paying attention. I was in the process of trying to change the chat over anyway, because like I said, my Legion Games account, my original main account got suspended. Then I got reinstated for like a week, and then they suspended me again, saying that I was evading a ban, even though I won my appeal. Now I have another appeal going, which I have a feeling I'm never going to get back because now Ella Irwin is in charge and she sucks. She's like Yul Roth 2.0. But no, so I was like, I'm not admin of either chat that that are basically my shows that I want all you guys on. So it's like, the random admins that they had picked when I was suspended, that they could delete people at will. I'm not saying they would, but it's just like I was like, I
don't even know who the admins were.
I do. I'm not gonna say anything because they weren't very active in either chat at all. But I was like, we could probably clean up a little bit of house here. So I was doing it, and all of a sudden it's just like bring, and I'm just like, what in the fuck? And then of course, like I redo everything, and Shadow's like, it's probably my fault. Cat and I were getting real.
It's always going to be Shadow's fault. Let's
No,
say.
well,
Did you
I
see that
thought it
last
was my
post of
fault.
hers on that chat though? She's like, oh, it was my fault, so I'm gonna go sulk now.
No,
I did see
Shadow was
that
like,
one.
I'm going to be in the Discord, and I was just like,
It's gone now, but yeah.
No,
You two, like you two need to be like placed on a late night timeout. Like you guys
Yes.
should only be allowed to post
I'm
between
sitting there
the,
and I'm
the
thinking to
hours of
myself, I was like, first of all, like this is not on Kat's normal schedule, and I know she screwed up from the Ramadan and the fasting and all that stuff, but in the time
Ramadan.
change, and then but Shadow was talking about how he had all these things he had to do early ass in the morning too, and I was like, what the fuck are the two of you doing screaming on the internet at fucking 1:00 in the morning
well, we
for?
were agreeing with each other, which is unusual. Actually, he's right. We do agree on a lot of stuff.
I know. Just do it between the hours of agree between the hours of 8 a.m. and midnight.
Yes.
Before we get too much further, we've had a few new faces come in. BS,
Yeah, we have.
Clone, welcome, and good to see you. Glad you're here.
Hi, clone.
To
We're gonna make copies of you.
be honest with you, this show gets kind of all over the place. So if it's hard to follow, it's not you, it's us.
It's not you,
And then,
clone. It's us.
One, always good to see you back. You've been a breath of fresh air in the chat as well. Clue, never disappointing to see you, my friend. Always good to see you.
I
know
this
Clue.
might actually be the first time I've actually seen that Clue.
Clue channel. I know Clue from elsewhere and on the internet.
I've seen Clue somewhere else
he's a good
too.
dude.
Yeah, Clue is all over the place. Like I literally went on like 8 different YouTubers pages earlier in the week, and Clue was in every last one of them.
Yeah. I met him actually through Amir's channel. I've been on a few panels with the guy. He's a good dude. So, but yeah, no, welcome everybody who's new, everybody who's old. You guys know what the deal is here.
Better stop that woman.
Well, honestly, I didn't think he would grow that far. I just wanted to say F. Jada Pinkett Smith, and then it grew out of. I didn't expect it to go that much.
The hell you blame? Never mind. Sorry.
I just. It's so frustrating, especially after being told by people, like
Cat.
being attacked by people that I'm not African American. I mean,
Cat. Cat.
yeah.
It's
What the hell
Twitter.
am I being blamed for? It's your
I didn't
fault,
blame-
Kawhi.
I
Cat.
didn't blame you. Yes.
It's Twitter. Ignore it.
No, it's not Twitter. Actually, everyone on
Cat,
Twitter
it
agreed
is.
with me.
It's Twitter.
It's
Ignore
the
it.
internet.
It's Jada
I-
Pinkett Smith. She's an idiot.
Yeah, she's on the internet. Ignore it.
I mean,
No. I didn't have that problem on the internet.
I'm gonna say the
I was in a
obvious thing here.
pre-med student. I was a pre-med student. When
All
I was
right,
in
hey,
college-
we're gonna
Hold
move
up,
on.
Kat. I'm gonna first of all, I'm gonna say this, and I think it's the obvious joke to make.
Yeah.
But whose dick did Jada suck to get that role?
She probably did.
Whose dicks haven't she sucked?
Yeah.
Mine, and she never will.
Oh, I know whose dick she hasn't
I
sucked.
wouldn't touch that nasty bitch with a 10-foot fucking pole.
At this point, she hasn't sucked Will Smith's dick.
That is comment of the fucking decade.
That's very nice. I like that.
Well played.
I just we can't get upset about these Hollywood idiots. We have to laugh at them because they're fucking morons, and they live in this little bubble of unrealistic ideologies, and we just need to laugh at them because they're morons. And that's just the long and the short of it. And that's the way I kind of look at it anymore. I just laugh at them because they're stupid.
No, but the problem is, in this case, they're labeling it as a documentary. So a whole bunch of people are going to be dumb enough to actually believe it.
They have already started. There's the documentary thing we knew was coming. This is a part of all the same shit that was coming before. They did this already with Anne Boleyn. They've done it with Hakon of Norway.
Yeah.
Yes, in technically fictional shows, but there are a lot of people who buy into that shit, and they know that. I mean, which also, by the way, both of those were Netflix too.
Yeah.
They did it with didn't they do that recently, like a updated thing of Robin Hood in the modern era as a young black woman in brick and
No, that hasn't come out yet.
Oh, it hasn't come out yet.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a movie. Kat, this is the way I look at it. You cover video games. You love video games. Just stick to that.
Mhm.
Don't let this nonsense bog you down. Because if you let it get to you, and I tell this to Shadow too, because he gets like way too worked up. I'm like, bro, you can't change it. And like JV and I had this conversation with them, and we were even talking about some of the stuff last night. JV and I cover all these movies and television shows because we love movies and television, and we want to give our honest opinion for people who really want to know, because the mainstream media and the critics are not going to tell you the truth. The thing is that you can't let it bother you, because then again, that's all they're looking for is for your rage. And it's raging out about something takes years off your life. And it's going to give you a stomach ulcer one day. Just, they're not worth it. They're idiots. And I used to get mad too. Don't get me wrong. I used to fight with people like on Twitter too much, just probably 2-3 years ago. Now I'm like, I just laugh at people. Somebody called me a bigot. I'm like, I tell you what, I love the bigotry. And this guy ran with that like I was like admitting something. I'm just like, you are such an idiot. Like, he's like, see, he loves the bigotry. I'm like, bro, this isn't a win, guy. It's like,
yeah, no, I mean, in general, so I'm not on Twitter as much. Even when there's stuff like, I don't respond to like gays against groomers or any other thing. I don't try to respond to anything controversial. It's just this is the first time where I see them hitting at Egypt, especially when for so long, oftentimes people ignore Northern Africa. I mean, I'm not making it up. I was in pre-med program, and I had a friend who done it. She was Egyptian. She put down African American, and she got a bunch of scholarships. So I was like, okay, I want to go to med school. And the black woman at the pre-med office yelled at me for daring to say I was African American. And it was like I was not welcome in the pre-med office. On top of that, a little while back, a friend of the family was like, you can't call yourself African American. Only the descendants of slaves can do that. It's like, honey, I think she's like Pakistani or Indian for one thing. It's like,
yeah, that's just, I mean,
it's like, what are you talking about?
that's nonsensical, but you can't let that stuff get you down either.
Yeah.
Like you know how often I get called like really horrendous names. I've been called an insurrectionist, a Nazi, a bigot, racist, homophobic. I had somebody who was friends with me, who's been friends with me for a decade, who lived with me when they needed a place because they were out on their ass and away from family in the state of Florida for 15 months, say that they don't want to be friends with me because of my continued racism, sexism, and homophobia in my YouTube videos.
No, but you don't understand. I don't care about what you call me. My issue is the fact that they are taking my history and culture and they are corrupting it for their message.
Shouldn't care about that either. You should just.
It's like you
I
didn't
would
care
recommend-
about Egypt until you could use Egypt now for your message.
I
It's not about me. I don't care what you call me, but you're using Egypt and you didn't even have the respect or the decency to even talk to some of the foremost Egyptologists to make a show about Cleopatra. I
they
swear.
have no desire to know the history of it. That's why I have a history channels, because people don't actually give a shit about history anymore.
Yeah.
When it comes to, well, and I'm not saying general people. I'm saying the people who, you know, are in Hollywood and you know, government and stuff like that. They don't want to teach actual history. That's why Samuel was very correct that that my history channel would be a big hit. I've only put out a few videos over the last like week and a half, and every one of them has been viewed more than my subscriber count times 3 to 5 times.
Ryan,
What?
First of all, I want to take this time to totally remove Samuel's credit, because yes, history
Yeah, we could do
always
that, or
Silence the black guy.
No, well, you know what?
Wow.
Let me just say this. I
You're gonna pay for that. Wait, Kat, I'm not done. You're gonna pay.
I mean,
Yeah, you keep doing it. Go ahead. Anyway, Ryan, I have to agree with your friend, because I personally have seen you discriminate against big feet. You will not show anything higher than a 6.5, and I think that's chauvinistic. I think that's misogynistic.
What?
I think it's cultural appropriation.
Dude, I think Brie Larson has like size 9 feet. I don't know what you're
I
talking about.
don't. Why are we back on fucking
We're
feet
talking
again?
about
Yeah,
I
right.
don't.
Look, let me just say, I hope they don't touch Hatshepsut, because Hatshepsut, you know they're going to call her trans. Hatshepsut was the first female pharaoh. And yes, she put on a fake beard. And in some of her statues, she's portrayed as a man. Not because she was trans, but because at the time the pharaoh was only a man. And so she was trying to get the respected authority of the pharaoh. But she was not a trans man. She was a woman. And, you know, there are many statues where she is shown as a woman. So, you know, if they took the time, they would probably turn her into a trans icon. No, stay away from my history.
I say we move on.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna address a sub conversation that's been happening in the chat here about Vlad the Impaler. Mugsykins, I don't know if hundreds of years is accurate. I mean,
Whoops. Sorry about that. That was an accident. Sorry about that.
yeah. So I don't think the Irishman based his fictional character Dracula loosely on Vlad III of Wallachia, but it wasn't you know, obviously accurate and all that stuff. And I know that in Romania he's regarded as a national hero, whereas in Turkey he's regarded as a holy terror because, I mean, you know, he was wiping out Turks in the name of the Holy Roman Empire, kind of thing. A lot of people would talk about too. They would talk about how he has killed so many people in such horrific ways, and he must have been a psychopath. And I disagree. I think he was sane and lucid and calculating. I don't think he's to be compared with certain other mass murders, because everything he did with purpose.
Yeah. And this
You
was
know.
a different time. People were killing like that at that time period. That was the norm. I mean, I remember seeing a documentary where they were talking about, like, in the battle, like, I think it was about the Romans, and they're like, we look at it in horror, and it's like, the truth is, the majority of the time, they would go through and kill everybody. And that was just what was done. And we can't put, that's why I'm saying, we can't put our modern way of thinking on people in the past, because
Well, this isn't moving on.
Yeah, it isn't.
Well, no, but I'm not
Let's
being
talk
a
about the Super Mario Brothers movie. Dun, 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 dun,
No,
dun,
Yeah,
dun.
it needs
but-
Dracula.
No,
Yeah.
but we aren't. I'm not arguing about it, and I'm not angry about it. I'm just putting out, we're discussing just how history is portrayed and how we look. They tend to look at history through a modern lens, and they forget that times were different, priorities were different, right and wrong was
And then
different.
For the
Cat.
last time, Shadow, this
Yeah.
is like the 4th fucking stream you've asked that question. No.
No!
Actually, don't care that much. I just like giving that kid shit.
Yeah. We can talk about how much we can hate on Shadow, but still love on him at the same time.
Yeah,
Shadow
well-
needs to learn a lot to not post a fake address because this is your channel, Samuel.
Welcome Midnight Horror. Yeah, that's the thing. We covered that. We talked about that, and if I needs be, I will talk to Shadow privately about that. We can
Yeah.
move on from that from now.
Well,
But
wasn't
otherwise-
it also when they said our princess is in another castle? That was my favorite moment in the whole movie.
Oh yeah.
Did
yeah.
they do that in the movie?
Yeah,
too?
they
Yeah,
did.
Mario. Mario goes up to the castle gate door, and there's these two toad guys, right? And he's like, I need to speak with your princess, and they're like, what princess? We don't have a princess. And then one of them says, our princess is in another castle.
Yeah, they definitely did that in the movie.
It was
I
awesome.
appreciated
I
that.
would. I have not seen the movie, but I think I've stated before that I would have been I would be super happy if at the end of the movie they defeat Bowser, they rescue, they go to rescue the princess, they unlock like wherever she's at, and she's not there, and there's just a note saying her princess is in another castle, and they just ended it there.
Yeah,
There
unfortunately-
is a potential. There is a potential.
Peaches.
Yeah. Do you want spoilers, Sam?
No,
Okay, then I won't give you my take.
it not just for me because I haven't decided if I'm going to go see it yet or not, but I don't know how many people in chat have seen it or are looking forward to it. So,
Peaches, peaches, peaches,
Okay.
peaches, peaches.
but
Well,
otherwise,
this isn't a
yeah, I
spoiler.
appreciate it.
This isn't a spoiler because you could see it in the trailers that the one that's missing is Luigi. He's rescuing Luigi, which actually at first I was like, why aren't they going for the princess? And, like, it makes sense. Mario is a newcomer. He doesn't know
Should
this
be.
world. He doesn't know who the princess is. He doesn't care about her. If you were the only reason he would want to stick around in this kingdom and do anything, it's because someone he cares about is in trouble. So he's rescuing Luigi.
And I do want to add to that. So, and it's not like Luigi just gets like, randomly captured like damsel in distress style. It actually
Yeah.
it happens kind of like in Thor Ragnarok, where Thor and Loki get split up, and it's inadvertent. And Loki, Mario ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and unfortunately, Luigi ends up in the Dark World. And it also kind of alludes to when he goes into the Dark Castle. It kind of alludes to the possibility of a Luigi's Haunted Mansion movie,
Yes.
which is super awesome.
Yeah.
And there's
But
one that's super obvious, like very, very obvious that it will have its own movie.
I'm very
Donkey Kong.
excited. It makes my pee-pee hard.
But
Oh,
Donkey
I
Kong
mean-
had a
Just
had a
kidding.
Saturday morning cartoon for a long time too. Donkey Kong Country,
Yep.
I think, had a Saturday morning cartoon.
I remember that.
with him and Diddy Kong. This was obviously years ago.
Diddy Kong does make an appearance.
Yes.
Mhm. I was so happy too because
Yeah.
my dad and I used to play Diddy Kong Racing on the 64 religiously. And we got so good at the game that we could actually let the other players get a full lap ahead of us, and we would still beat them to the end.
Yes.
Cool.
Another thing that I was really like super excited about that King Bob-omb and King Boo
Yes.
were in there. I was like, oh my
Yes.
god.
Yeah.
King Bomb and King Boo, yes, Mario
I lost my
64,
shit.
baby.
Yeah.
And when Mario's playing an NES, that was just
Oh,
awesome.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that was great.
So good. Sorry. Well, I know I don't want to give away too much. I mean, we're not really giving away a whole lot that hasn't been seen in the majority of like the trailers and stuff. But
So one about that, like about Seth Rogen being Donkey Kong, I don't like Seth Rogen, but he does a good job being Donkey Kong.
I agree.
He did do the annoying stupid laugh, like his high voice, like but he only did it once and it wasn't a thing. But like Seth Rogen kept to character, and that's what I appreciate about it. It's like, okay, like it was actually enjoyable. I enjoyed Seth Rogen being Donkey Kong because I was not happy about him being cast for this movie.
No,
But he redeemed himself, and that's why I'm like, okay, you know what? It's good. I like it. He did a good job.
I think Seth Rogen is a giant piece of human shit, but
no,
Oh,
I
he
agree.
is.
I will say, like, I have gone back and I have watched older movies of his that I used to enjoy. Yes, the laugh is annoying, but some of those movies were fun and still are.
Oh,
I watched
absolutely.
what was that one that Netflix did about the assassination of Living Head of State? I can't remember the name of it now.
They go to
Him and James Franco, and they go to North Korea.
They go to North Korea. Yeah, that one was funny. And it was
that one. Yeah, I watched that again the other night, and it's still funny.
Yeah,
You know?
that is still funny.
I saw Pineapple Express the other day. I was like, this is funny.
That's a funny movie.
Yeah.
Knocked Up is still a
funny.
solid movie.
Yeah.
I even what's one of the other ones that he's been in? Shit.
Yeah, he's done a few.
He's a Knocked Up, and then 40
Yeah, it's The Interview. The Interview.
Yeah.
Yes,
The Interview,
40-year-old virgin is my favorite. I'll say
Thank
that.
you, UA. Always on point with the titles.
Thank you. Thank you, UA. 40-year-old virgin is my favorite because that is just classically fucking funny from so many different directions.
Mhm.
And,
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. Kelly Clarkson. But no, when they're no, when Steve Carell's like talking to what's his name's girlfriend, he's like, "No, I saying," and it's like she's like, "You hanging out with this piece of shit?"
No. All right, let me
So
just say
fucking
this. My brother is taking me to see it on IMAX. Me and my brother are going to see the Mario Brothers movie
you're gonna
tomorrow.
love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast.
This is my second time seeing it. I saw it in a smaller theater last Saturday, and this tomorrow at 4:00. Me and my brother are going to see it, and it's going to be awesome.
I think IMAX it would be a great experience. I know it's available in 3D. I'm kind of over the 3D fad though. I think IMAX would be the best way to see it.
I think I get
I'm
like
seeing it with
you've
my
seen
brother.
those what is it? I forget what it's called, but they've got that experience that's like they call it like 4K, whatever.
Oh, it's Dolby Digital.
No. There's a specific theater or two in Southern California, I think, that does like a full on, like if they're in the rain, then you get misted in your seat.
Oh
kind of
yeah,
thing. Like it's a full on immersive
full
experience.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
I don't care how I
Little
was seeing
much.
it. I'm seeing it with my brother. If he were to take me to a tiny theater again, I'm just seeing it with my brother. And that is all.
How old is your brother? Is he older than you?
Younger than me, but I love him. Yeah, but it's my brother, and I like spending time with my brother.
Are you a middle child?
No, I'm the oldest.
Are you really? I didn't know
Yes.
that.
I'm the oldest.
Didn't
How
know
old is your
that.
brother?
I'm not giving away my brother's age because it.
Ooh.
Dang, it almost worked.
Because it gives away her.
No one know me.
Know me fishing there a little bit.
And
4D.
But see,
That's
that's why
what I was
Nomi
thinking,
would make a
4D.
good police officer.
Let me just put it this way:
Better
I
get
have
an
5
interrogation?
brothers. I have 5 brothers. Let me just say that.
Okay.
She does. She has the 5 brothers, which means don't mess with Kat because you got 5 dudes coming after you.
Yeah.
Well,
And
Kat, I got like 50 male cousins on both sides, my mom's side and my
But
dad's
so
side.
do I.
So I have 100 male cousins that can easily beat up your 5 brothers.
Hey,
Oh, wow, what the
Hey, Ryan, get the popcorn.
Hey, know me. I got a bajillion cousins in the Middle East.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
say
they're
all
Middle East.
and say, oh boom.
Do they all
And you know what?
wear stylish vests?
Oh, shut up, Samuel.
And at least one of them can fly.
Can he land?
And he can land where he
The
wants
landing
to
doesn't
land.
fucking matter.
The landing doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's okay.
So,
Nomi's like I'll bring my family from the cartel.
Yeah. It's not like we have like KPGs or anything. So
we'd have the video
I mean,
cartel versus Arabs.
One half of my ancestry refuses to improve their lives in any way and just drinks themselves to death on their fucking reservation, and the other half of my ancestry were either warriors or really into sheep.
Oh.
Um,
Yeah.
They were Germans.
I figured as much.
They were also really into something else too.
Speaking of which, So I had lunch with my cousin earlier today because I was at the farmer's market doing my own thing, and then I heard someone yell out my name, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" So we were just catching up. We went to go have lunch, and then he like showed up. He revealed something to me about my family on my mom's side that we have a little bit of German in our blood. I was like, oh, that kind of explains a lot. Yeah.
Well, do you have any relatives from Argentina? Because that would explain it.
Yeah, that would explain a lot, but I don't. I have a lot of family from Spain.
Oh,
yeah. Well, Spain's not that far from Germany, you know.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say it was the first time that you heard somebody scream your name.
Does that make you foundational European?
I mean,
I just figured some of those boys from Brazil maybe got busy with some of your ancestors.
Shut up, Ryan.
Why are you so speechless?
I didn't think you'd say something like that.
I mean, fuck. How many streams left to be on?
That's true. I mean, you did talk about taking a little bit of a downstairs appetizer.
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
You don't wanna.
Yeah. So in public, out in the open, I didn't expect someone to yell out my name. Because I literally, I'll be like,
yeah, that's really not the place for that sort of activity.
Well,
yes, especially at a farmer's market.
Okay, well, that's fair. Farmer's market part's fair.
All that eggplant.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just saying Heidelberg, Germany, you know, Riverside.
Yeah, now we need to figure out what kind of Germans are we.
You know what? One just became my favorite sub.
Is it one?
Right there.
Yeah. Because of that.
Because of that. If y'all don't know the Miskatonic reference, then I don't know what to tell you. It's a fictional university that appears in much of H.P. Lovecraft's lore. It's just outside of Arkham, Massachusetts. Also a fictional town based on real places. And the basis for which Arkham Asylum from the Batman stuff gets its name.
I thought that sounded familiar.
Fictional places based on real locations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Basically, Miskatonic is one of those places that has like one of the last copies of the Necronomicon, where a lot of his characters go and they like read from the book and summon bad things.
Oh,
cool.
Interesting.
It's some deep cosmic horror lore there, and one, I appreciate you. This whole diatribe was basically to say thank you for being you.
Are you having like a weird online love affair right now?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
So, do you have like a?
Do we need to go a little bit?
We'll give you all privacy.
You by long tentacle.
Yeah, you're gonna need.
I can't show appreciation for my fucking subs.
Sure.
I will give
Listen
you
to what
this
you
one
just
technical to
said.
go in the back door.
Yeah, listen to what you just said.
Arkham itself is not exactly a real place. It's based in part on Providence, Rhode Island, and I forget the other name of the town in Massachusetts that it's based in part on. But it's not a real place. It's based on a real place. And then the writers Bob Kane, Bill Finger, etc., when they came up with Arkham Asylum, they took the name from Lovecraft's writing.
Well, on the positive side, we can actually say this: since Gotham is based on New York City, and given the state of New York City, it's slowly turning into Gotham City now.
That is true.
Yeah, except there's no Batman to save it.
Yeah,
That's true.
Everybody's saying it wrong.
Yeah, and he's not wrong.
I'm just saying. Y'all get a room, man.
We'll give you all your privacy. Just tell us to leave.
Yeah,
Apparently it takes a village to make some sense.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, that's enough of the punnage.
Why you blame the black guy?
He was the one who made the pun.
Wow,
It's always the black guy.
It's always the black guy.
Jinx,
Hey, you know what? Hey,
never mind.
Just because I didn't get a chance to follow up with Sam on this. So Sam, the other day you and I discussed bringing Kat on and talking about Egypt, and because history is one of the things that
Why are we doing
this?
Hold up, Larry. I'm not done. This is something that we should have probably discussed with her privately first.
I'm not done with what I'm saying. I'm not done. Thank you. I wanted to get your thoughts on. And I know I just brought it up, but I wanted to get your thoughts on us incorporating some history stuff just every once in a while.
Larry, you son of a bitch.
I'm serious.
Well,
It's a simple
my
question.
yeah, but the thing is, my knowledge of Egyptian history isn't
No, I'm talking to Samuel.
okay. Yeah, because my knowledge of Egyptian history isn't very like I got into it for a while, and I know some very basic stuff. But honestly, I didn't really study Egyptian history because I went to an American school and grew up primarily in America, where world history consisted of South America and
I
Canada.
got you. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's upset or not.
I
I'm just asking.
mean,
It's not a deep, deep meaning type of conversation. I was just asking a simple question.
on the other hand, I can tell you a lot of
Wait,
things.
wait, wait, cat. I'm trying to get his answer. What
Here's
was he
the
gonna
thing,
say?
man. Is like you got.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Okay.
I can just pull your status. It's.
Do you guys need a room?
That whole thing was a setup so that
Yes,
Larry
it
could be a
was.
dick in public.
Larry's got the dad jokes.
Yeah.
You didn't see Elon Musk talking about me earlier when he asked
I think
everybody
we need to put Larry's face on this one.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, but it kind of pertains to cats, so it'd be kind of a little weird.
Well, we could change the text.
Oh, okay.
Meanwhile, Naomi is on her phone.
I'm on my phone too.
I'm on my phone 3.
I actually logged into Destiny 2 for the first time in like a month.
Mine's probably because of the fact that apparently my update decided to delete all my logins, so I have no access to fucking anything. I have to relog in everything. I love updates on the computer.
I had some updates earlier on the computer too, which was annoying because I'm pretty sure that I fixed that from happening, but apparently that was a temporary fucking fix, so I got to go back and do it again. I don't want Windows 11. I don't even like Windows 10. And Windows 11, I have to use at work, and it's fucking worse.
Yeah, I have Windows 11 on this computer in front of me, the gaming one, and then this one is only on Windows 10. Why? What is wrong with Google right now? I just want to log into my account.
It hates you, Ryan.
It does hate me. I don't know. I've tried
you personally.
It's like, please verify your two-step verification, and it won't do it. It's literally circling. Look, it's like circle.
I don't see anything but a black screen.
Suka,
Windows 11 hides a lot of the things that you can do. Like it's
the user interface is horrendous, and it's very difficult to find where things are. Yeah.
It hides everything.
Yes.
Like you have to dig deep in your computer to find stuff that you used to be able to find with just a click.
This is gonna fuck with me making videos later, and I'm gonna be so angry. You rat bastard.
Yeah. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I did turn it off, and well, at least StreamYard I still have access to. That's weird.
Yeah, no. you're still here, so.
No, I mean my StreamYard. It logged right in, but for some reason Google seems to be down. I can't log into any of my YouTube channels. I can't log into any of my Gmails.
What?
Yeah,
you're on right now.
No,
wouldn't it have logged you out?
No, because I'm on StreamYards, dude.
Oh,
streaming computer, gaming content computer.
Right.
Two different computers.
I don't know. I use the same laptop for almost everything, which is probably not the smartest.
No, it explains why your shit lags out.
Yes, it does. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's exactly why.
I know it's like. I mean, look, I'm just goofing on you, but it's exactly.
No, you're right. I mean, because I'm using a cheap laptop, I'm pretty far away from the router, and I'm not hardlined in. It's on Wi-Fi because again, like the router's on the other side of the fucking house on a different floor.
Power line adapter. Look at the link I put in the chat, the private chat. Power line adapter.
Trust me, I'm always hardlined.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it sounded like a joke that I don't know. I don't know where you're going
It
with that.
was totally a joke.
It was a great. Wow! What the fuck? Jesus!
I don't even want to know. I don't even wanna know.
Nomi comes in with the snipes and then gets embarrassed about it.
I'm
just
not
like-
embarrassed about it.
I just like that she was like playing with her hair, and then she all of a sudden looks up and she's like, "Yeah, it was a joke."
It was a joke.
I don't even want to know. You see, the reason I am playing Destiny right now is I don't have to listen to the story because I'm busy listening to you guys. So entertain me so I don't have to listen to the goddamn story.
I'm just,
I'm
taking
just gonna
it.
shoot stuff.
Whatever
So, Kat,
Ryan
does that
is
mean that you're
shooting.
buying the new Destiny content?
I bought it a month ago. I haven't played it. This is the first time I've logged
Yeah,
on.
that's true. She
I'm
was
sorry.
talking about
No,
that.
I realized I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Oh, I was just saying, whatever Ryan's shooting out there, I'll shoot it down.
You know, I was wow. I was gonna go on with a different conversation there, but I just that
Are you
last,
sure?
that last zinger of hers just kind of like hit me in the side of the head as I was speaking, and I was like, oh goddamn, that was
Emotional damage.
Oh, that's great. That is great. Emotional damage.
yeah. some
Yeah,
good
what were you gonna
stuff.
say, Samuel? Though, no, I'm interested.
Oh, Kat and I were talking before we started the live a little bit about games. I tried a new one last night.
Uh-huh.
New to me. It's not a new game. You guys ever heard of Elite Dangerous?
No.
So a buddy of mine online here, Larry, you know him, Keela. He plays Elite Dangerous, and he's been talking about it for some time. And I'm just like, okay, I'll look at it. So I looked at it. What's interesting about it is that because it's kind of a sandbox, but you're a spaceship pilot, right? So you go around, you do, whatever. It's got a bit of a Skyrim feel in that you can pretty much choose any profession. You don't ever actually have to fight things if you can avoid it. That sort of thing.
It's on Xbox.
What's remarkable about it, yeah, it's I think it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation, it's on PC, is that it contains within the sandbox, for lack of a better term, world map, a 2-scale representation of everything that we know about the Milky Way galaxy. Like it has the entire Milky Way galaxy in it. Apparently it takes like 18 weeks at top, like faster than light speed, 18 weeks of real time to traverse from one end of it to the other.
Wow.
It's massive. It's got every black hole, every star system. Now there's obviously a bunch of fictional planets and stuff because we don't know that much about, all the star systems, but all of the stars in the sky that we see in the Milky Way galaxy are all represented. All of the black holes, all of the nebulae, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's massive.
Is it a little bit of No Man's Sky meets kind of like real Milky Way, our real galaxy ish?
Yeah, kind of.
I would play that.
Yeah,
I would play that.
I started it last night. Apparently, it's an MMO that's been going for like 8 years or something.
What's it called again?
Elite Dangerous.
Yeah, it's I got it. I just picked it up on Xbox for
Oh yeah,
$7.50.
right there on the Steam.
What's the point of the game? I mean, just to
Exploration. You can be a pirate. You can, it's just apparently there are 3 major factions that control the galactic, whatever. And you can, just by how the nature of like how people are playing the game alters things. So like the game as is now is not the same game that it was when it debuted.
To explore the galaxy, Larry. Okay, to go where no man has gone before.
And I'm not gonna lie. Right after the opening tutorial mission, it spits me out into space right next to this ringed planet, and it was gorgeous.
It looks kind of cool. It looks slightly Mass Effect-ish.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
All the combat is like space flight simulator.
Yeah,
like
no,
you never leave your cockpit. So,
yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, but you can get bigger and better ships. You obviously start with a basic one with basic stuff, and then it's very, very flight oriented. It's taken me a little bit of little bit to get used to the pitch and yaw directions because I normally change those when I can, so that when I push up, things go up. but that's not the case
This
here.
is.
So
Do you have a crew or anything, or is it just you? This does look
I
interesting.
think when you get like larger ships, you can do like stuff with crews and with like launching fighters and that kind of thing. I think that there's stuff like that in the later stages of the game, but right at first, no, it's just you and your little bitty ship.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's huge, and I think Kayla was right. I think it's I honestly I don't know Shadow. I didn't really play EVE Online. I've only heard about it, so I couldn't answer that. I think there's I'm not sure how that works. I've only been into it for about 3 hours, and I've completed a handful of courier missions. That's about it. But it's a bit of a learning curve. And by learning curve, I mean it's a vertical line.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it's interesting.
Well, I think some of the best games are the ones that actually have a challenge. Bungie.
They make you go through this navigation tutorial and then a combat tutorial, and you do the there are 3 drones that they send at you. The first one is just a regular drone, and you chase it around, you shoot it down with your weapons. The second one is a drone with shields on it, so you have to drain the shields before you can damage the ship. And if you take too long after you drain the shields, they will come back up, and you got to drain them again. And then the third one, it was actually actively attacking me back, and that took me forever because space. You pass each other, you got to reorient every time, and that was a little difficult. But honestly, it was a lot of fun.
Shields up, motherfucker. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Apparently the stupid thing was routing me to my tablet instead of my cell phone. But it was sending me a notification on my phone. I don't understand what the hell is wrong with anyway, sorry. That's what I was doing. I was grabbing my shit. So how's everybody doing? What's going on?
I am
Everybody good?
alive. We are. Could be worse. Could be raining nukes.
It could be raining flaming cobras.
So wait, just a hypothetical theory, all right? Because I remember, so they were saying, Tim Pool was saying that the guy who they traded the basketball player was saying that Trump's life is in danger, and that Trump should come to Russia and help fight the world order, right? The WEF, all right? Because we started with that. Just what if we don't realize? What if Russia actually is fighting the WEF? And we don't know it. And
No,
that
I think
we're
they
the
are.
Oh,
They
And
are. No,
we're-
that's no. They are fighting the
and
They
we're
are.
the bad guys. And we are the
No,
bad guys.
No.
it's not that simple, Cat. It's possible that both opposing factions over a single issue can both be bad guys at the same time.
Ah.
Like Germany versus Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In World War II.
Well, no, that's exactly same shit here. WEF is based in Germany. Putin's in Russia. Same shit, different day.
Yeah, I'm back.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum bum bum. Oh look. The comment section with Brett Cooper. My first time playing Mario Brothers.
Yeah,
Wow.
sure.
No, I know. I just
You
the
played
I,
Hollows.
the irony of these people who want to talk about pop culture in politics, and it's like they have no frame of reference, and they want to say, oh my god, the movie's so woke, and it's like, wait, what? Huh?
I will give Brett Cooper a little more leeway because she's 20.
I'll give her a little more leeway because she's hot.
Yeah, because whatever.
So I don't think
you're old enough now that if you had been less careful in high school, you could be her father, right?
Yeah, but I don't have any kids, so I'm okay.
No, but I mean, no. Well, both sides are wrong. It isn't woke. It isn't unwoke. It's just a.
Besides,
really
if I shave this off, I look like I'm a fucking decade younger. That's why I don't like not having a beard.
I think it's because the beard makes you look handsome. So don't shave the beard.
Well, thank you very much. I'm blushing. No, I really do like the beard. No, thank you, Kat. I do appreciate
Good.
that.
Please
But
don't shave it. I had a
No, I
friend of mine who shaved, and it was hilarious because one day he came home to work, and I'm like, Josh, what happened? You were handsome. You're ugly now.
no, that's very fair, Kat, because I would say the same thing to a guy. You were handsome.
And now you're ugly.
I
Yeah,
just I
own it.
had to zoom in a little bit to see what the hell that was because it kind of looked like you put on a blue wig.
No, she's had
I've had this on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
Yeah,
had it
great.
on
yeah.
the whole time.
I get that it slipped down in such a way on my camera or where I'm looking at that it rezzed out a little bit and it started looking like her hair and I was like, what the fuck?
I'll
Yeah.
show you something else.
Wait, what?
What-
Is this an offer for everybody or just Samuel?
I
I gotta
Did we leave you guys alone?
I gotta make it weird. I'm sorry, that's my fault.
I mean, I guess if you want, we'll leave you guys alone.
BS Clone, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging
It's
out
nice.
with us.
It's nice to see you there, BS Clone. It was cool hanging out with you.
Yeah, have a great night. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nomi here, so she's gonna come back probably and scar me for life, and then we'll probably start
she's
looking at
scaring
closing
me.
the stream.
She's probably gonna go. I don't know what she's gonna do.
No, because as we said at the top of the show, I do have some things I got to get to here, and also I believe I don't know. Larry, is that thumbnail up yet?
I don't think it is.
Let me check. I'll check.
Yeah, Larry, you fucker.
Yep, yeah, it is.
This is a wig.
So it
Oh,
is.
Samuel.
That is
Oh,
weird.
gee.
Well, she's blonde now, guys.
She looks like a news reporter.
A little bit.
Nomi O'Neill.
Better than the Seth Rogen April O'Neil.
Oh, God. Why do you hate us? Why are you
Because
reminding-
I demand to be represented in every movie. I need to be seen.
Yes, Shadowhawk. Shadow, do your job. Make sure
Mhm.
Nomi gets represented correctly.
No. Well,
Look
you know
at
what? If you're gonna do all that other stuff to Star Wars, I demand a Muslim Jedi now. If you're gonna make a whatever character and a
Please
whatever character,
don't. They're
I'm
going to.
joking. Oh wait, they are. That would be really dumb.
Oh,
I'm just joking.
I was
Let's
gonna
be
say,
clear.
you know, wouldn't a Muslim Jedi be like Haram on account of space magic?
probably.
Mm.
Wouldn't it just be basically make no sense on account of the fact that Jedi is kind of a religion?
Yeah, that too.
I mean, that would be like that just doesn't make sense. I was joking. I'm just saying that if you can make all this other stuff that doesn't fit or make any sense at all, why not? Well, I don't know.
Right.
Make a Muslim.
You can't. You make a good point with the religion angle, though. I mean, it is a religion. There's a reason that the only religions that are talked about in Star Wars are the religions of the Jedi and their equals and opposites, the Sith, who are.
Yeah.
It's the same religion. You know, they don't talk about any other religions in that because they don't have them for the most part.
I have to ask a question. Why do you have a blonde wig?
You don't have to know about that.
Wait.
Before you-
Because
before you
it
say
matches
anything-
the fuzzy cuffs.
Before you say anything, Spock,
You fucking
Spock,
guys.
if you are in the chat, I will get you. I will get you, Spock.
What are you talking about, Larry?
Logical Spock.
Apparently,
Hey,
Spock was
my
first.
non-Vulcan friends. Second line. First here. Eat that, Larry. Okay, Spock. So
You gotta let that shit go, dude.
no.
It's
Larry.
not good for you.
Larry, you got a baby on the way, buddy.
Yeah.
Let
And
it
she'll
go.
learn to hate him too.
Let
And
it
play Riverdale for
go.
it.
Wait.
Don't
There's
act
one.
like cat and shadow. Just let it go.
That was
Let
not
it
bad.
go.
That was
That's actually
actually-
really
Not
good.
worth screaming at people.
That was
wait,
weird.
that was
there's-
really good. Like you can't rap, but you can make up in singing.
Well, I actually wasn't singing, but yeah, I do okay. I do okay.
So-
I karaoke a little bit every once in a while. Once in a great while.
All right, there's something I've been wanting to say to somebody all week, and I thought it was hilarious. And now you know
God,
I'm
here
going
we
to say
go.
it. All right, Dylan Mulvaney advertising sports bras is the equivalent of me advertising sheath underwear.
That's true.
If
That-
I were
I
to
will
suddenly
give you
get it, it's not even that I advertise. It's me prancing around with sheath underwear and talking about how wonderful they are.
Because he's got nothing to put in it.
And neither do I. And I've been wanting to
what?
find a place.
I'm lost.
She's saying that she won't advertise sheath underwear because she doesn't have a dick.
And the advertisement, because I've seen so many goddamn guys advertising sheath underwear because I watch video games.
Yeah. So even if
it has 3 pockets.
Even if Dylan Mulvaney is doing the full, transgender thing, like, he's still flat chested as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have a dick, so I don't have anything to use the 3 pockets designed for sheath underwear.
Did you hear about I read a news report that women have been burning those bras in protest of Dylan Mulvaney being a spokesperson for those bras. I don't blame them.
Which
honestly,
doesn't make any sense. You already bought the damn thing.
No,
yeah, it really doesn't.
Look, there are so many people in this country who cause division in one way or the other, but I think that Dylan Mulvaney might be our first like national pariah in some time where everybody just fucking hates this guy.
Because like that bullshit apology from Anheuser-Busch yesterday is like,
that wasn't an apology.
This is just word salad. Yeah, that's why I did quotation marks, because this is just word salad. And then I saw that he deleted his LinkedIn account because he has ties to the CIA, or that was his previous job. So
what?
Yeah, the CEO of Budweiser.
I think he got invited to the White House.
Yeah.
So Dylan Mulvaney's a fucking plant.
Yeah.
He got popular on TikTok. He got invited to the White House, and now his fucking nuts are swinging. His little baby nuts are swinging everywhere, for everybody to see. And he's prancing around in his little skimpy outfit, and it's like, look, I'm a woman. It's like I have no boobs, but I'm a woman. It's like, no,
dude's
the fuck you're
so
not.
fabulous, he glows.
No, well, did you hear
even gay guys? Sorry, go ahead, Kat.
No, just there was a guy who's in the military who briefly transitioned and then detransitioned, and he was saying that the military was pushing for it. That like it was after one appointment he was given estrogen, and he's like he was talking about how much the military was pushing for it. On the other hand,
you know why?
Shadow doesn't know who Kid Rock is.
Just there's one problem because a lot of people are saying that the Nike boycott isn't going to work as well as the Bud Light one. I think one of the big reasons is people buy Bud Light more than they buy Nike products. I mean, think about it. I don't own beer, but I buy Red Bull like every 2 weeks. So I'm guessing guys.
That's a Coca-Cola product.
Yeah.
Huh?
And then Red Bull is an equivalent to beer.
No, but I'm just saying most guys probably go once a week, pick up a couple cans, maybe twice every other week, pick up a couple cans. It's something you buy more regularly. So when you stop buying it, it's more noticeable. Whereas how many times a week do you go to buy a new bra? I mean.
Well, I know about you ladies, but it's about every 3 months.
Sure, Ryan.
Are you going to be starting to make your TikTok showing it off?
Yeah.
Fucking judge me, woman.
Hold up. Shadow. No, it's not that he's bad. He's not bad. It's just that you are so culturally ignorant.
Culturally ignorant, and then also young as fuck, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, you're it's just that he's from before your time.
Way before your time, guy.
Just he's a musician. There's nothing wrong with the guy except for his choice in fucking dirty wife beaters, but
yeah.
No, he's not a snappy dresser, I'll say that.
So he's a redneck.
He's a fucking redneck that fucking has a shitload of money.
And he earned it.
Yeah, he did.
No, he earned it. I don't have a problem with Kid Rock at all. I think he's great. And I think this latest thing that he did was pretty hilarious and awesome. But it shocks me sometimes that some of our viewers are too young to have known who some of the people we were talking about are.
Yeah.
Kid Rock is not even that.
It hurts
doesn't
me,
seem
Shadow,
that fucking old.
Of how ignorant you are with today's society. And that you're such a Gen Zer that you can't even have a conversation with both me, Ryan, Samuel, and Larry. Maybe Kat.
But the thing
my name is Kid.
You'd be surprised. Let's just say you'd be surprised. No, but I think it's also because it shows just how uncommon. No, it shows you how uncommon someone like Shadow is. That someone his age would.
Kat, do you know who Kid Rock is?
No, but then my family are immigrants, so we never. There's a lot of cultural stuff I'm missing out on.
She's sheltered. That's different.
That's
I'm sheltered. I was homeschooled.
Homeschool doesn't mean you don't hear about anything from the outside world ever.
Whereas me,
you
I didn't
weren't raised
listen
the way
to
I
music.
was raised.
I didn't listen to music until I was in college.
Cat's Muslim.
Yeah.
And that kind of music that Kid Rock listens, it makes is not appropriate.
And I'm a Christian. My parents still
Oh,
sheltered me.
trust me, I
Yeah.
know. Trust me, I know.
I was
am
raised Christian too, but believe me, I got exposed to some shit you wouldn't believe.
Yeah.
my parents didn't want to buy me GoldenEye 00. Okay, my dad didn't want to buy me GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64 for my birthday because of what happened at Columbine. And my mom is like, my mom was like, she's like, Michael, he's not going to do anything like that. We're buying the damn game. And of course, guess what happened? Nothing happened. But the media was flipping out, and you know what? We're all products of the fucking media poisoning. Even back when all of us were youngins.
I'm old enough that I dressed in a certain way in high school that I got pulled aside by school and civic authorities in a different state than Columbine happened in right after it happened, because they were questioning kids fucking everywhere.
You
Who
definitely
dressed a
hats,
certain
tattoos,
way,
goatees.
listened to certain music,
Yeah.
that sort of
Trench
thing. Yeah, we
coat.
got profiled like a motherfucker. There was a acapella group that called themselves the Trenchcoats that changed their goddamn name over that.
Yep.
You know, it's the whole thing. I mean, Marilyn Manson, I think, canceled touring for like 3 fucking years over it.
Yep.
You know, and
Nonsense.
yeah, so like, no, I remember Columbine very fucking well.
Yeah.
I do too.
That was 99?
Yep.
I think it was earlier than that, wasn't it?
No,
Like
it was
no. It was
it was the 98-99 school year.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
You know.
it was 99, and we didn't have to go to school for a couple days after that, and to make sure that everything was okay.
Oh yeah, you were in Colorado then, huh?
Oh yeah, no, I was in Grand Junction, Colorado, going to
Grand Junction's not it's a lot closer than I was. I was in another state, but I did stay in Littleton, Colorado, which is where the Columbine school is.
okay.
Yeah.
About a week before it happened, I stayed overnight in Littleton. So that's one of the other reasons that I got, because I was traveling through with my girlfriend at the time to Texas. And then on the way back, we didn't stop, got back home, and everybody's like, yeah, so where were you? And I was like, I was on a trip south. I stopped in Littleton and went down to Childress in Texas and all that stuff. And they were like, what the fuck were you doing in Littleton? I was like, what the fuck happened in Littleton? And then I found out.
Yeah. I remember like the whole world stopped. I was homeschooled when that happened. But we were watching the local news because they were doing live reports of it, because it's never been shown. It's never been talked about, never happened. And now it's just like an almost everyday thing in today's generation.
Well, yeah, it is. It's increased since then. It increases every year. And I believe it's because we're doping kids up.
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because that has increased in
exponentially
lockstep with
like
with the mass shootings.
It's like that guy who's like Mr. Beast's like co-host friend, whatever, who's doing this trend now.
I don't know that much about this. I've only
Chris.
Oh, it's bad. His
He
name
was
is
handsome too.
Yeah, he was a good-looking guy.
Now,
he really
now
was.
he's an ugly.
Hold on, real quick. He already made a tweet that said that if you mess with the trans, that you're going to get the pew pew.
Yeah, I was like, that's
he
but
deleted it, by the way.
Not only that, Ryan, he tweeted the same day as the Tennessee shooting.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
Like
I didn't
know
that.
A few hours, like 12 hours later.
All right, Mr. Beast, you know what? Boot that guy.
So, like, Mr. Beast is in a tough spot. I don't know him personally, but if I was in Mr. Beast's shoes and my friend that I lived my life with started doing that, like, yeah, I'd have concerns, because this is not only like the platform that I built for kids and family, but also like if you're tweeting things like that, that's a concern that I'm not going to tolerate if you're making those type threats. So it's hard. So what I'm about to say is this, like, when Columbine happened and what we are in right now, yes, kids are being just medicated like none other. What it really boils down to, in my opinion, is like mankind is dark, and without Christ, like everybody will be lost and just in a hopeless state. So I think that's what we believe. That's what I believe, that we are in a country.
I can see that, but I guess my point is like with the increase in prescriptions, specifically of SSRIs and antipsychotics to the youth of the country, we have seen a correlating rise in mass events.
Yes.
And,
Agreed.
and nearly all of them have been on SSRIs
Well-
or antipsychotics.
Well,
Also,
the-
at the same time, parents are too involved with this.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
And then, well, the girl who shot up the school in Tennessee, and this kid who, I say kid because he's so young, but this guy who shot up the bank in Kentucky, they all had mental health issues. They were going and being sought out to like get counseling or get some sort of like clearance. But what is happening is that they're getting this medication that's still like rewiring them, where they're having these intrusive thoughts and going out and do these horrendous acts.
On top of that, as people have pointed out, Tucker Carlson has pointed out, they are spreading the idea that you are in danger, that it is genocide. So then they're like, they respond back thinking that they're like at constant risk. Whereas, for example, me, I mean, like I said, I went through 9/11. I never felt like I was in danger. I just lived my life normal. Yeah, I got shit for being a Muslim at times, but I didn't feel like the whole world was out to get me, even with people saying stuff, because I guess, I don't know, but they're telling them that the whole world is out to get you. Though, honestly, please don't take this wrongly, I would have no problem booting the guy. If me and Shadow on Mary Madness and Shadow were to suddenly be like, all right, I want you to call me Mrs. Shadow now, I'd be like, hell no. I'm like, no, and the thing
That's
is,
coming. That's coming.
That is
Mrs.
coming.
Shadow.
And no, and the thing is, with the response to Dylan Mulvaney proves that this is actually the more popular opinion. Oh, I won't deny, Mr. Beast will get a lot of hell on Twitter, but Twitter isn't reality, and he has an audience of kids. And if this guy is tweeting this shit out, then yeah, he has no place on a platform that's designed for kids.
Kat, when Mr. Beast went on a live stream either yesterday or Thursday, and Chris was on it, that stream got ratioed to hell.
Yeah.
They got like what 140,000 likes to like 500,000 dislikes. Like, dude, you're in danger because they've had enough of this nonsense where they don't want to push their kids to do this. And then Washington, I don't know if it's real. I think they just passed the bill. But in the state of Washington, the state can legally take away your kids because they didn't get the transition that they wanted. So the state can take away the parents' kids now, or the kids.
No, it's even worse because they pulled a California and they did it here in Jersey. I am pissed because most New Jerseyans, I will tell you for a fact, do not support this. I mean, people I know I work with who are hardcore Democrats are like, yeah, I don't support this. Washington now, if one of their children wants to transition and the mother takes the child to Washington and they start the transition, the father can't get the kid back.
Yeah, California started that.
Yeah, Washington's doing it, and now New Jersey's doing it. Burn in hell, Phil Murphy. We're getting this son of a bitch.
Where are the Supreme Court lawsuits behind this? This can't be legal. Them snatching kids. It can't be.
It happened in California. There's a father from Texas whose son they're going to be putting on estrogen, and it's like the kid, from the stuff I've seen, the kid doesn't want it. It's the mother pushing it. Mothers are crazy.
Yep. Parents are pushing it.
But I was curious if we can, or maybe me, if I can mosey on out, or if we can end the show because I had unexpected family just pop up.
No, that's if you got a dip, you got a dip, and I get that.
We had
but
3 hours anyway.
We also we're probably gonna wind it down as it is because we are coming up on 3.25 hours. By the time we get through our shit, it'll be pretty close to 3.5. And I got to get something to eat. I think Larry's probably got to get something to eat because we got something else we got to do tonight. Plus, I got to fit in doing my taxes somewhere in there.
Well, I already ate.
So.
Good luck with the taxes thing.
It's an easy thing. It's just something I haven't gotten around to yet that I should have.
Because mine drove me absolutely nuts. I was like in a panic.
Yeah.
So we should let Nomi go first. In all her blonde glory.
Do I look good as a blonde? Tell me. Be honest with you. Yeah.
It's different.
Okay. I think you look good as a blonde. Hold on. I think you look good as a blonde, but I prefer your darker hair and the fact that it's longer too. It looks better that way. You have You have really great long blonde, dark hair.
Okay, well, that makes the decision to cut my hair and make it blonde.
Oh come on! It's
She's like, and gone.
Well, do what you like.
I'm always here to help. So okay. Any
Is
fashion.
that what you call it? Help?
Yes. Help from the handicap is what I call it.
You're handicapped?
Well, I'm. Kind of a
Honestly, I
high-functioning
think
retard.
the dark hair suits you better.
Oh, well, thanks. It's natural. And I grew this all myself, and this is not extensions. Because some women have asked me if this is extensions or not.
Nobody brought up extensions.
No, I'm just
wait. Nomi, sorry. I'm sorry. What are extensions?
It's fake hair woven into your real hair.
Yeah.
Wait, but doesn't that fall out?
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, it takes 6 months for your hair to grow out. So whatever roots that you have, it will grow about to like an inch or two. And then you'll have to go back and get it rewoven.
That's what they call it.
Usually it's horsehair or something of that nature.
Yeah.
That's why they
you
call
women
it
with
weave.
coarse hair, but it's becoming a popular trend now with women with regular, like natural hair. They're not extensions are not cheap. I'll let you know because I am a beautician and I have worked on some weaves before. Yeah, so women will get it when they. I see it a lot of women when they get short haircuts, like a bob, like that haircut, just to this length, and they realize like, okay, in theory it looked good, but in reality I hate it. So they'll go back to the salon and get extensions woven in.
Why not just wait until it grows back?
It depends on their hair. Every woman is different in how they grow out their hair. This took me 2 years to grow. So it really does depend. Long hair is better. Okay, so the consensus is that everybody likes my long black hair.
I'm a long hair fan. I like long hair myself. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just confused by this
Well, because the
thing.
reason why I say that, because a lot of women have come up to me and they'll run their fingers through like my scalp, like, oh my gosh, it's real. It's like, yeah. I don't get. I just don't like extensions.
Well, that's what happened when they all went out and shaved their heads for the movement.
Yep.
Of course. Let's be
sorry.
honest.
But it's mainly a lot of ethnic women, a lot of sisters. Larry knows what I'm talking about. A lot of sisters coming up and asking me where did I get my weave.
Black ladies.
Yep.
But I'm like, it's not. It's all natural. But I'm glad that you guys like my long black hair. I was sick a couple of days and I've been out of it. And then I'm actually some family that is here. They are military family. They are in the army. So Larry, I'll explain more of like the situation. But yeah. I have Monday, I have Game of Thrones with Ryan. And then Thursday, I have Nostalgia Y'all with Tom, the Rogue Attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Friday Night Royal Rumble. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to be with Rogue Attraction talking about Disney's new Pride Night that they're going to be doing on Rumble, on his Rumble channel.
Oh,
what?
Wait,
Yeah, and then
Tom's got a Rumble channel now.
Yeah, Tom has a Rumble channel.
Good on him.
Nice.
Yes. The reason why he's doing a Rumble channel is because his YouTube channel is mainly for family-friendly content, and then Rumble is where he's like gonna go.
Or he's
off
gonna say dirty things.
Yeah. I told him like I cannot wait to see Rated R Tom.
We know that we know that man has a dirty mind.
He gets about a Rated R on Friday nights, and that's about it. That's as Rated R as Tom gets.
No, some backstage talks. I'm like, wow, did not expect this from Tom.
No,
but,
no. I went to MegaCon, not this last one, but the one before that with Tom. He definitely shares his opinion, but he has a very family friendly channel, and I love what he does. He's a good guy.
Yeah, he's definitely family oriented, but he's like, dang, I kind of like Badass Tom. Badass Tom's
I do too.
fun.
I do too.
Yeah.
He's so inadvertently funny. He doesn't realize it.
Yeah, I love him so much. But that's what I got going on. And then I realized that next Saturday I will not be able to make it for Screaming Into the Void.
No worries.
But yeah. But I'll be around.
She has to shampoo her hair.
It
Yeah,
I
takes
okay.
think
that
I
long?
that day I probably I don't wash my hair every 4 days.
Yeah.
And yeah. And then that Saturday I do have to do I do have a kind of a special event that I have to get going and make my hair look pretty for.
It
Yeah.
was a, j-
Priorities, right? So,
What?
it was
Ryan?
it was a joke.
yeah.
Be like,
I do have
I can't come. I can't be there. I have to wash my hair.
I do have to wash my hair.
Okay,
But-
you know, if I ever say I can't be there, I need to wash my hair, you know I'm lying. Because it's me, okay?
Long
really-
story short, Nomi's got things she's got to do next Saturday, so she won't be able to join us, but she should hopefully be back the following week.
Baby, because the following Saturday I will be coming back home from Las Vegas.
The week after that, then.
And I may not make it to
Oh.
Friday.
Oh, I know. That's right.
Yeah.
The Las Vegas meetup. Fuck, I wish I could make that. I'm not going to be able to do it.
Dude, I was gonna say just come because Jake's gonna be there.
Yeah, no, I know. I haven't seen Jay since Matsuri, and he's invited me to fucking, to come to Orlando a couple of times. I haven't been able to do it. No, I'm sorry. Since MegaCon, I want to go to Matsuri. Then everybody should probably be at Matsuri.
I don't
Wait,
think
isn't
anyone's going
Montessori
to.
a kids thing?
I don't think they're going
No.
to Matsuri this year, but I know it's Vegas and then Dallas, and then they're doing a UK meetup as well.
Yep, they're doing the UK.
What was your question, Kat?
Isn't Montessori a kids thing?
No,
No,
it's an anime thing.
No, Anime Matsuri is an anime thing. But they're welcoming YouTubers like Anna That Star Wars Girl, Camelot, Yellow Flash, Jay and Geeks and
Ricada.
Gamers. Yeah, Ricada. Jay and Geeks and Gamers were at the last Matsuri, and that's where Jay got
They even let
confused
Cecil
as
be
with
on a panel.
yeah, confused as Yellow Flash, and they're like, "Oh my god, I knew he was ugly." And it's like, you think Jay's ugly? Like,
No,
Jay's
it's not.
actually a
He's-
pretty good looking guy.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm
Yeah,
a fucking,
while he's
I'm a fucking,
awake.
Yeah.
Well, no, Jay is honestly probably the best of us on YouTube. He's a great guy. But yeah, no, I mean, when's Vegas? 2 weeks? I can't make that.
the meetup is on the 26th on a Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's Chrissy Mayer show on Thursday, the next night.
Yeah, I know.
And then they have the special studio that they're going to be doing Friday Night Tights. And then Saturday, I'm actually staying with a friend in Vegas. Both her and I are leaving that Saturday back home.
I wonder. I would love to go to Vegas. I don't know if I can make it though. I might look and see if I can try. But anyway,
Yeah,
never mind.
I had considered it. There's financially, there's no way I'm doing that, so.
I'm still waiting on the government money that they owe me because I used to work for them, but they still have not yet to pay me the tens of thousands of dollars. So if they
also I hate Vegas.
well, also I hate the government. So
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah.
But
I just love my job too much. I hate to take time off. Which, by the way, Friday is going to be like the first time I've taken off in like 2 years.
nice.
Wow.
hey, we need an applause thing. Cat's taking time off.
Yeah.
And then
Hey.
one day, and it's for a religious holiday.
Samuel, get a fucking applause clip. Come on, man.
It's not going to happen again.
Why I've got
And then before the pause happens, I will see you guys later.
Bye,
All
Nomi.
right. See
Bye,
ya,
Ryan.
Naomi. Ryan.
So I am Ryan of Legion Games 2076. I'm a raging degenerate. I am a sexist, a homophobe, and transphobe,
But we love you anyway.
and racist, and all that crap. I don't know. I think I covered everything. So you can actually find me on Monday night with Shadow, and Nomi and Joker Voice and Tyler the Redbeard and Mr. Grant Gregory. We're going to be talking about Game of Thrones season 3, episode number 3. We are going to cover every single Game of Thrones episode, including House of the Dragon, up to the release of season 2 of House of the Dragon, which we will be doing reviews of those after the fact live. And of course, might be on Abyssal Musings maybe Thursday. We'll see if I'm invited. It seemed to go well. If not, I mean, no big deal. Trust me, I fall asleep early because I'm a fucking old man. And Friday night's Royal Rumble will be on Friday night. and then of course I'll be back here on Saturday night to talk a lot more shit, because they can't get along without their diverse white representation. Representation.
I'm considering changing the name of the show to Shit Talking, but
No, I kind of like screaming into the void
I
better,
like it too.
yeah,
because
yeah.
it just seems like we scream into the void about things. Sometimes we need to like clean it up a little bit, but yeah, it's so appropriate. Screaming into the void,
I
because
think it works well. I think given the
Beyond
the
well.
rapidity that we shift and we change on subjects so quickly, sometimes we don't even finish sentences before we do.
Yeah.
And I think that screaming into the void is accurate.
yes.
So
Yes, yes.
But I am gonna bounce because I have other videos to make. I want to try to go to bed early. I don't have a secondary stream tonight, so thank God. But much love to all you guys, and see you all real soon. And
Yep.
so thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yep. Yeah, have a good. I wasn't sure if he was actually going to bounce or if he was just going to wait till we got through the things, but here we are. Larry, what do you got coming up?
Well, as you guys know, normally you can catch me on Thursday nights with Samuel the Infamous on Abyssal Musings. I planned on being there next Thursday, but then I remembered my wife had informed me that if our child, who once again decided not to come last night, and stopped giving contractions, next Thursday is my wife's induction date, so it's been scheduled. So it's highly likely that I will not be here next Thursday. But I will try to be here next Saturday, seeing as how Nomi will not be here. That should be a green light. If not, you guys can catch me around the following Thursday. You can also catch me in the chat tonight on the Lioness Exile channel.
Yep, absolutely. And we will be going to here in a little while. And also the show will go on next Thursday. We just might not have Larry with us because he will be busy with important things as opposed to what we're doing. So Kat.
Yes. All right.
What do
I
you-
am the Hijabi Gamer, aka the Corpus Marketing Director. I market the Corpus. Tomorrow, I will be playing Warframe on live stream. Usually Muggsykins joins me, which is awesome because she's amazing. And she makes the stream so much more fun. Sometimes Behemoth, UA, other people join. We play Warframe. It's free. You can download on PC, Xbox, PlayStation. It's everywhere. Cool. It's the last week of Ramadan, so I may or may not make it to Merry Madness this Thursday. It depends on if I stay awake. Thursday is the last day of Ramadan, so that's cool. I will be leaving the stream early tomorrow, though, because I'm going to be seeing the Mario movie with my brother, and then I'll come back and live stream again. Friday, Royal Rumble, and then back to Saturday again. Yeah, it's the end of Ramadan, which is awesome. Yeah. Right. And cool. Yeah, I think that's everything, right? That's everything.
I think so. Yeah, it's one big cycle. Carrie, I don't know. She said that something came up, so she had to bounce. So
yeah, I need to bounce too because
So right before we go, my name is Samuel the Infamous. This is my channel. You know where to find me. We're here every Saturday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Also on Thursdays, Lawrence Knight and I do a show, Abyssal Musings at 9:30 p.m. ish Mountain Time. And you can sometimes find me on Ryan's channel on Friday nights. And also tonight, Larry and I will both be in the chat and behind the scenes for Linus Exiled. Everybody who was on panel today, all of their links, all of their YouTube links are in the description below. Go sub to them, go check them out. They do some good stuff, except Nomi, who still hasn't put out her first fucking video yet. That said, it's been a good one. Enjoyed all of you. Thank you for being here. And remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming cobras. Good night, everybody.
Save the right. Full screen.